Hello everyone, we're here with the final day of the EGOIST Championship. I'm here with P-Flair. How are you doing?
I'm doing real good right now. This is a very exciting moment in the history of rematch, I feel. So we are already getting into it. What do we have here today?
Well, we got Manshine City versus Bastard Munchin, and oh, it looks like the teams have been swapped. It is Bastard Munchin in the white and Manshine City in the black at the moment. Trico Rico has shined for Manshine City in the goal box quite a bit so far, but we'll see if they can provide that power on the offense across to Yoshi, saved by anxiety. Went right to the keeper there.
Yeah, very nice on the defense right there. It does seem like this kind of game is going to be one that will require like a lot of quick reactions and basically being able to figure out your kind of game plan before you can execute. Like there's gonna have to be like a lot of good communication to try and get past this wall. This is, I mean, winter semis. The people that have made it this far so far have proven that they can hang. So the question is, what are these two teams going to do to try and get past, like this latest obstacle?
We'll see. We'll see if they can do it. So far, Ranger pushing forward, looking for a crossover to Yoshi in the box here. Challenged by Cap, right to Remy, and back to Cap here. Possession going on over to Munich. Continuing the passing play up forward to Nagi. Maybe Cap finding an angle here. Right to the bottom corner, but a little bit too slow of a pass. A dribbling shot into the bottom corner. Not quite enough to get past Trico Rico, and now it's Manshine City, the ones pushing forward.
Yeah, it does seem like Munich has been trying to like push very rapidly already, just from what I've been seeing, whereas Manshine being a little bit more cautious. It's going to, like, still early days in the match yet, but it's going to be interesting to see which team's strategies kind of bear the better fruit.
All right. A long shot, a crossover, trying to get into the hands of Yoshi here. Our Manshine City unsuccessful. And now it's Nagi to 1v1 with the goalie, bottom corner, but Trico finds it. The shot not quite placed exactly to the edge of the net there. Trico Rico, perfect so far. It's often a keeper difference in these close matches, and I think that Munich's going to have to get a better opportunity soon.
Yeah, it's been a bit difficult for them to kind of like find good shots already, whereas on the other hand, there have been a lot of like opportunities and taken a lot more shots on goal for the side of Munich. So if they can find a way to kind of just keep that pressure up, keep that going, that'd be fantastic. But that's going to be like easier said and done, especially like with this team trying to play, like I said earlier, a lot more cautiously, trying to find like the most optimal like approach for an attack.
We'll see. Ganj, not quite enough. Anxiety making the save here. Now a fast push from Cap up to Nagi. Another shot, another 1v1 versus Trico Rico, who pushes forward, leaps for the ball. And that self pass not quite working out for Nagi here. Trico Rico looking like the keeper of the tournament here in this winner side of the bracket. Ganj as well, just maintaining possession, setting it forward. It's a scoreless game so far as we have 2 minutes and a few seconds remaining.
Yeah, scoreless so far, but like I said, you can definitely see like the difference in approaches here with Munich being like very quick to take these shots on goal, trying to force like a lot of these one-on-one challenges with the keeper. Keeper's been winning all of them, but the fact is they've been continually trying to like pressure. Meanwhile, you have, like I said, like Munich trying their best to find an opportunity to make some like more clever plays. You saw that earlier with them kind of trying to fake out the goalie. Didn't work, but they were quick to like pause, hesitate, and say like, "Hey, are you gonna bite? Are you gonna bite? No, not yet." And but that's kept things scoreless so far, but it has kept things a bit interesting.
Now Thumper's walking up slowly into the net, going for the shot, but Trico Rico, another brilliant save here. And you have to think that if Trico Rico's winning all these 1v1s, it's going to come down to the set pieces. Yoshi
Yeah.
trying to get a shot off after that brilliant pass. Not quite on goal here. And once again, possession on over to Munich as they're pushing forward.
Yeah, it's definitely. I fully agree with you. It's definitely going to have to come down to those set pieces. They're going to have to try and like set things up, try and get the keeper out of position as best they can. Like that, beautiful recovery, got the goal in. The keeper was just a little bit too out of like position there. Trico Rico trying to kind of get the ball away from them in a dangerous situation, wasn't able to do it, and that is a much needed goal for Munich.
Yeah, it really is. And now Chico Rico needs to kickstart the offense. There's only 60 seconds left, all the way to Remy, but it just sails into Anxiety's hands. The keeper once again being able to possess the ball. A great pass forward. Nagi in a 1v1 yet again. Going for the shot, perhaps going to bait something out, but the pass sails wide, and Cap can't return it in time. Some moves around Ranger, but Ranger gets the better of Cap in the corner, and now it's Manshine City pushing forward. 28 seconds left, interrupted by Nagi, and Trico has to run for it. The time is ticking right now. There's not much time left in this match. They gotta make something happen. The passing plays Yoshi back to Ranger, all the way across to Remy, no to Ganj, but Nagi again. The ball is sent away, and Trico Rico in desperation mode now, pushing forward. Final shot territory. 5 seconds left. Trico Rico to Ranger to Remy, all the way across to Yoshi, deflected away, and now there's no time left here. Final shot, last defense. It's looking really doomed here. They gotta maintain possession all the way forward. Ranger to Remy, across to Ganj, deflected, and that will be Munich winning the first game.
Honestly, fantastic from Munich. They kept a solid, they kept an able defense the entire time. And they were constantly pressing. They were constantly on the attack. They weren't afraid to even try and like mix things up, try and get like a few of those set plays in. They were constantly just, beating at the door and trying to figure out something that would work. And eventually they did. They managed to pull that off. Whereas unfortunately, Manshine just a little bit too timid right up until the end there. Then they started to kind of like kick things up, but at that point it was a little bit too little, a little bit too late.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get those passing plays in the enemy box together a little bit more in this next game here. It's a best of 3. They still have one more chance, but Munich has been pretty solid on just getting a lot of shots off. I feel like they had a lot more opportunities than Manshine did, and that made the difference.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What they've been doing a lot of is just they haven't been going for like a whole lot of these like long bombs, if I'm like remembering correctly, as Munich. They've kind of like been feeding it up and getting like a lot of these good deflections, like you just saw there. They've been managing to like transition very rapidly from defense to offense and just cause a lot of trouble for Trico Rico, who has been doing a game job in box. He's been doing a game job on defense, but event eventually all walls will show cracks. Eventually all walls will fall in if you just let the opposing team constantly batter you down. Like we saw that last game, and we know they don't want to see a repeat, but Munich will definitely be trying to do that again this game.
Yep, no strong shots on goal so far here. Bit of a breakaway from Yoshi. Gets past Doc. Up to Remy, but the ball is missed by both the defender and the striker. Anxiety picks it up, resets the situation, trying to find a clean pass for Munich here. But it's an awkward space to be. They really don't want to spend their extra effort. Across, a Ranger with the deflection, and now a quick pass to Remy. Doc is marking for now, but gets out of position. Remy now, but wow, what a good header deflection by Doc to just stifle the offense of Manshine City once again.
Yeah, it's just very nice, but a bit of an interception there. They try and go for it, and they get the shot. Beautiful. Just slotted it right up into the upper left corner and was able to just... Anxiety was just not quite ready for it.
Yeah, just not quite, but that's what happens when a striker is able to just slip past the defenders so easily like that. A rare moment of a lack of defense from Munich here, but Thumper looking for a solo play. Cap with a follow up, but Ganj gets it away. That was almost a highlight, but not quite here. Strico Rico is going to recover the ball, send it away, and Ganj will be sure to dribble it up the pitch, getting away from Thumper into the hands of Ranger. And once again, it's an opportunity, but deflected by Nagi.
Yeah, that was honestly like a great play earlier by Cap just to kind of get the goal in, try and reverse their fortunes a little bit. But it's still going to be, Munich has been doing good so far on, again, making a lot of these shots on goal. I feel that Manshine has had a great opportunity. They took advantage of it, but I feel like now they've got to play like heavy defense just because of all the shots that Munich has been able to like get. Basically, their chances of tying this up, I feel like, are a lot better than Manshine's would be were they in a similar situation.
Well, maybe we'll see one here. Cap getting past the defenders. Cap in the enemy box with Nagi across as well, but Trico Rico leaps forward, makes the save, and that's huge for Manshine. They're trying to tie this series up at 1-1. Ganj across the Ranger. Nagi there to contest. Extra efforts it away to Anxiety, and the push is quelled again.
Yeah, anxiety trying to make sure that their teammates can get the ball easily, that they can push it upfield. Here's an opportunity here, trying to bounce it off the wall, trying to get it away from Ranger as they try and challenge the keeper. Trico Rico doesn't manage to get the save, but that ball was just a little bit off. That could have been very, very scary.
Yeah, but Ganjon, the push all the way across to Remy and gets it into the top right corner. Just slots it in perfectly past Anxiety and Manshine City. They're on pace to even this series up. Look at this wonderful pass. The defender Thumper was not quite there. And that was just a brilliant play. If Manshine City can do that in the next game as well and continue to maintain their lead here, they'll be looking really good. But Munich are pushing up here. Got to be careful in the corner. Ranger trying to get the ball away. Thumper across the cap. Big opportunity, but headed away. And Remy now on the offense. Breakaway. 1v1, 1v2, still dodging away from all of the stuns. And there's Cap, there's Yoshi with the follow-up. There's the goal for Manshine City. It's a 3-0.
That was an incredible turnaround by Manshine, just scoring so many of these goals, just like back to back, just catching anxiety like just off for whatever reason, not showing that incredible like defensive play that they showed in the first game, and now it's we only have about a minute and 30 left in this game, but it's definitely looking like Manshine's got this one all wrapped up with a bow on it.
Yeah, especially if Rico Rico is going to be leaping forward like that. Confidence from the keeper of Manshine. Only a minute to go. Gan just maintaining possession, knows that they can't afford to give Munich too many possessions here. Nagi forward to Cap. Interrupted by a Ranger, back to the keeper once again. It's just a calm defense. Oh, wait a second. Cap sneaks it away, but the slide tackle a little bit too much. Recovery on that move to continue the offense as Trico collects it. This game is pretty much wrapped up here. And heading on to the game 3, what are your thoughts on how this is going to pan out?
I really don't think that Munich expected this kind of scorekeeping. I mean, the score taking basically from Manshine. I also feel like anxiety is probably worried about like their performance this game. They've got to kind of like find a way to like tighten it up. A couple of times they were just caught off guard. One they just missed as this ball very nearly gets away from them. They've got to basically tighten up their goalkeeping and find a way to get more of these shots on goal as Trico Rico just is the one who's putting on like a defensive clinic for this game. They really have decided what they wanted and tried to get the cherry on top, but no dice.
Yep, it's all tied up at 1 and
Mhm.
1. Manshine and Munich looking quite good in this game. And the question is who will take it in the third match. But P-Flare, that was an incredibly close 2 games so far. We'll see what
I
happens.
Yeah, it was something like Munich came out the gate firing, and Manshine just said, "Hold up, no." So answered very strongly back. So I have to imagine that Munich not happy with that, trying to wonder like what happened and how do we shut this down ASAP.
Yep. Third game loading up here. Again, Trico Rico, star player for Manshine. The defense has been immaculate here. On the other end, I think Munich have to be worried because not necessarily the keeper alone, Anxiety has been performing
Yeah.
solidly, but the overall defense has had a few holes here. Right now, though, no problems deflecting it away. And Ganj and Cap contesting. Ganj stealing it away, and it's a big push for Manshine onto the side. Remy in the box, but Doc grabs the ball, and Cap now with a 1v1 versus Ranger makes a little bit of space, passes it to Thumper, who is pushing forward. Trico Rico with a real test here, but Yoshi just stuns Thumper at the perfect moment, and that will be another save for Manshine.
That was beautiful on a very scary attack. That was beautiful defense on a very scary attack from Munich. Another one here coming. However, Rangers still basically trying doing their best to play spoiler and get the transitional offense going. Here's another attempt back to Yoshi. No sail on it. Thumper does get the ball, tries to kick it out of way, kick it out of harm's way, and this is already kind of like a much faster paced game. Both teams clearly realizing that, there's no room for timidity anymore.
No room for that as Thumper rushes up to the right side, trying to find a long pass to the other side of the box. No, goes for a solo play, and Ganj deflects it. And now it's a huge opportunity for Remy here. There's 3 defenders, but skirting around the outside, trying to find a solo play and does so. The rainbow flick. It's perfect from Remy. And that's a lead for Manshine. And when they have the lead, it's looking good for them.
That was incredible. Remy with a beautiful rainbow flick, just spaced perfectly, targeted perfectly into the goal, top left. Nice, nice and decisive and confident shot from Remy.
Yep. Nagi and Thumper now trying to set up something. Just goes for the direct shot. Just goes for the shot into the top corner. It wasn't a pass. It was just a shot. And that's Munich tying it up. No way.
I think all of us got a little bit fooled right there. Like we saw Cap right there, Cap easily in position, and I wouldn't be surprised if Trico Rico thought the exact same thing. He was like, "Nah, he's gonna pass it, gonna try and get it into the top left," and then he just shot it, and and it feels like Trico Rico, and as well as all of us are just like, "Wait, is that actually going? Oh!" And meanwhile, Anxiety doing their best to prevent like a lead being taken away from them. This is becoming like a bit of a shootout.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it a shootout when it's 1-1. But, of course, the goalies have to be worried after the goals that have been scored so far. You do not
Yeah.
want to see them being scored on solo plays like that. As Ganj sends it forward, Remy with an opportunity, but Nagi on the defense, so solid, and Remy's going to have a hard time. Has to lob it back here. Back into Trico Rico's hands, the play resetting. Deflected by Cap this time, and Anxiety's the one who's going to get it. Immediately kicks it, trying to start up the offense quickly, but Ranger with the body block. And now it's Cap trying to get something going here. What a slide tackle by Ranger. A risky move at paying off this time. And keeping the ball contested as Nagi tries to send it forward in the corner. Both players are. Now Nagi rushing forward, and not enough as Ganj just kicks it away. A dangerous spot for it to be in, but Trico and Ranger just pick it up, and they're going to clear it for now.
That was honestly that was a frightening struggle, I believe, for Manshine for a little bit there. They did manage to get possession, get solid possession, and Trico Rico Definitely, they want that offense to get revved up. Like I feel like very fast right now. They want to make this a clear win as we get down to 2 minutes 30 seconds.
Yep, time's ticking here. Can't be leaving this at a tie as Nagi and Cap the entire right side opened up, but that's not the pass you want. Goes right to Ganj and Remy with the possession as well. Right back to Trico Rico. They're resetting to the keeper as that was a huge opportunity for Munich. They did not get it done. Manshine now with a huge opportunity across to Remy, but saved by Anxiety. This time the shot not to any corner. 2 minutes, time's ticking, and it's looking scary for Manshine, who are now on the defense.
Yeah, Manshine had a beautiful chance there, and now you can see like Anxiety kind of like holding it back. I'm not sure what their game plan is at this moment, but they definitely seem to they feel like they want to kind of like play it slower and try and maybe like pick their spot maybe a little bit better. Try and with the time ticking down now, they want to have possession as much as possible. I think that the play here for them is to try and get
Wait!
something done.
While
But
you're
look at
talking,
that.
that was a crazy
Manshine
pass.
just
That was a crazy
crazy.
pass from Ganj
That
all the
was
way from the
nuts.
midfield line, and
Clear out
it was
before
in
it was just
traffic
nuts.
too. But
Yeah,
Yoshi manages to get it past Thumper and find the goal, and now it's a
yeah,
completely different game with a minute left.
yes. Yeah, 1 minute. Munich down. Manshine up. Munich has to make something happen here.
They definitely do. They're looking for it, but another great save by Trico Rico. Just proactively getting in front of the ball here is so important. And
Yeah.
now Manshine have a huge opportunity now. Only a minute left. They can play as slow as they want. They're the ones with possession. They're the ones with the threat on the goal all the way across to Nagi, but stolen away by Ganj. Ganj now in a spot to score perhaps, but Cap makes the defense. Time's ticking for Munich as they want to keep their upper bracket hopes alive, but they need to succeed on this push, on this play, or else it'll be dangerous.
Yeah, it's going to be very dangerous. Anxiety moving straight up into the backfield, hopefully trying to, like the front field, hopefully trying to like get a bit of a cheeky play going. If they're trying to bounce it off the back wall, but no dice on that one, and it's Manshine again with the possession. And that is not where Munich wants to be. They have to either try and like get it back now and hopefully force something to happen, but you can see Manshine knows that they're playing keep away. They're playing kick around right now.
Yep, just stalling it out perfectly here. No one in the net as well. Remy going for a cheeky shot, but it will be Manshine advancing to the winners final here. Incredibly well played by them, especially in this final game. And, it was a close game, and I think that Munich will be back. But they
Yeah.
will make it all the way back up here. But there's a lot of teams in the lower bracket that are hungry.
Yeah, the waters are still very much red out there. It is no safe haven. No easy walk, no easy path. So they're going to have to buckle down and do their absolute best to try and survive those waters. Meanwhile, though, absolutely congratulations to Manshine, put it together, pulled it out with those great plays, those great opportunities, those great shots on goal, and they move on.
Yep, but we're going to head to a short break before our next best of three. We're going to see FC Barcia versus SSC Naples. Up next, featuring some very well-known NA players, but that's after this break, so don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the EGOIST Championship. We're in the other winners semifinal, and we're heading right into things. The game is ready. And P. Flair, what do you think about these two teams?
I'll admit I don't know a ton about them. Did try to do a little bit of homework on both of them. I am interested mostly in SSC Naples. I feel like what I've seen with them, I feel like they have the wherewithal to be able to make it all the way.
Yep. It looks like FC Barcia are in the white, SSC Naples in the black. We're seeing a lot of notable players here. Tello, of course, from yesterday, but also Blah and Pito Deity from previous NA tournaments as well. Some real stars coming out. Can't forget Cross with the distinctive tag in game of just the cross emoji. But so far, we're seeing a lot more measured of a game than we saw previously, right? It's a very slow passing offense from both these teams.
Yeah, only a few seconds in, but usually those can tell you a very comprehensive story just about like what these teams prefer to do in regards to general strategy. We know that this game can change on a dime, and the better teams will be able to kind of flex and flow with their strategies, but for now, it does seem to be very passing heavy.
Yep, just trying to maintain possession here, trying to limit the risks of the opposing team. Getting the ball like this, pretty, into the enemy goal box, but Blah gets the slide, gets the save, and FCB out of danger. But if that's happening, I think Pretty's finding some really nice lines through the enemy team.
Yeah, for sure. The question is how can like they respond to that? It's kind of like the eternal chess game that is sports. One team manages to find an advantage, the other team has to do their best to realize that first and then figure out how to mitigate it.
Wow, Cross really loves doing the flick into just powering it forward as the goalie, and it's looking scary. So far, it's mostly gone to the members of FCB, but when it connects, it's going to be a devastating shot. This time, though, Mac extra efforting forward. Mac with an opportunity, but cleared away. The defenders of Naples looking quite solid here as the ball once again fired forward, but lands into the hands of FCB.
Yeah, FCB doing a great job on the defense right now, but Naples just trying to make any shots happen that they can, which is understandable. We're just into under 4 minutes, so they're going to probably want to try and do something to pick up the pace here if they feel like they
Oh,
can.
speaking of picking up the pace, Blah rushes all the way forwards and fires it. Not quite on target. Deflected away by the defenders, but this time Pito Deity up forward to the enemy box here. Nam in the corner as well across, but the defense coming out, the defenders notably, right? The goalies haven't had to do too much when the defenders are just blocking all these passes.
Yeah, defenders have been doing a great job in getting the ball away, keeping the ball away. A lot of nice movements to try and keep things away from Naples, and they are in control. They could try for like a setup here very soon, just like that. Off the wall, does not make it through.
Yeah, just stuffed out by Cross, just standing there. The goalkeeper saying, if you're going to hit into my face, that's not going to be enough. This time, though, across the Nam, and again, Mac is just marking perfectly. There are no open pass angles, maybe to Pretty this time, but Tello on the defense as well. Notable for the offense earlier in this tournament, but the defense coming out for FCB. Fired across, and Tello with the deflection. It's a defensive masterclass from both these teams. The goalies just don't have to do anything.
Yeah, both teams definitely not wanting to get too many shots on goal to happen. Another nice deflection, trying to like clear it out. Kind of having a battle like a bit of a 2-on-1 there. But yeah, it's basically exactly what you're talking about. Every time one team thinks that they might have a clear or a shot on goal, someone's there to basically disabuse them of that notion real fast.
Yep. Now firing forward is Blah up to Mac, but deflected again by a defender. It's so hard to get these plays forward here if you're both of these teams. Pretty trying to contest up to Blah. Trying to find an open passing lane. Blah fires it off the backboard. Not quite enough, but this time Mac maintains possession, but Nom gets in there with the extra effort, and Cross will send it away. Another great defensive setup from Naples here. And now 2 with the pass forward. Peter Deity with the breakaway. Finds some space, but Tello just covers the dribble, and Nom now with the flick, with the pass. Peter Deity, there's 3 people. There's the wall.
That was 3 people on the defense right there. That was Tello, Emmer, and Emmerich, in addition to the goalkeeper Ruckel. And at this point, we've got a minute left. It's scoreless. And the pace has definitely picked up, but now I feel there's gonna be like a few wilder chances being taken, and they've got to at this point.
Yeah, they gotta really go for these goals as the time is going to run out here. Overtime approaches pretty across. Maybe an opportunity for Nom with the extra effort forward, but Ruckel just simply jumps to save it here. Oh, that play had almost everything, but the finish was just slightly lacking. And now it's FCB with the possession.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity, not quite of a strong finish. Another deflection coming out. And Tello definitely trying to make something happen, but there's so many defenders on the side of Naples. There's so many defenders on both teams, and this is all looking like it is going to go scoreless, as Cross doing their best to just kind of like keep it away from anyone at this point. And we are going into overtime.
Overtime here, pretty navigating the ball up to Pito, but it is once again kicked away. Tello just going to pass to the goalie, a bit of a risky one, but the slide does grab it here. Pass across, they're trying to slowly work their way up the field. Blah with possession is FC Barsha, but these passes won't work when the defenders are marking so well. Every single pass attempt deflected away, but Tello, a solo play to the top corner, but it's Cross with a great leaping save. The first real save the goalies have had to make so far.
Yeah, Cross still on point. Meanwhile, Cross going all the way up, trying to surprise everyone. Ruckel does manage to collect the ball for the save. A very nice attempt, very surprising attempt by Cross as they exchange places in the goal box.
Yeah, that was not what I was thinking, but Cross once again dribbling. They have all the time in the world. It's overtime as long as they don't get scored on. So maintaining this possession is everything at the moment. The question is, can they get a clean pass in the enemy half? It's been impossible for both teams, but who with an opportunity, they're past the defenders right now. There's a lot of room to work with across, but Mac will deflect it. And once again, it's a difficult play as Blah collects the ball, keeps it away from the box. And this time it's pretty getting the ball for a moment, but Tello will contest.
Yeah, pass was just a little bit off. Pretty made an attempt there. Does get the ball back again. Nearly gets it for like an opportunity. There was a chance there, but again, deflected. This defense still has not let up on either side.
Oh, a big shot across, and it gets past Pito with the redirect in the box. Finally, one of those booming passes connects, and that's huge. That's the win for SSC Naples here. What a pass, and they managed to get it past the defenders one time.
And that's all they needed. Just a few degrees angle off, just a few degrees of an angle redirected, and sometimes that's all it takes. That's all what you need.
But a defensive masterclass from both teams, right?
Absolutely.
Every single pass except for the final one was shut down by the defenders. They were marking everyone.
They were on it, right, for pretty much the entire game. And, like, very much kudos to them. That was a hard-fought first game. Still got another one to go, though. Still got another one for Naples if they want to put it away. Still got another one for FCB if they want to tie it up and make some kind of like comeback here.
Yep, we'll see. Looks like we might get a. Oh no, all good. We're all good. But we're gonna head into the next game. Gotta say, shout out to Jack Up North, our observer. These angles have been crazy. This guy's following the ball.
Very dynamic, very exciting to watch there as we get started on this next game. Blah, very quick to have the ball punted out to Daddy the third as they have to consider what they can adjust in this next game. Maybe try and get a quick lead. Beautiful ball movement by Tello, but it is intercepted.
Yeah, Tello looked really good for a moment there, but too many defenders converging. Now a pass to Pito. Oh, almost a goal, but Blah makes the leap in time. That was a scary opportunity. Pito's getting open more and more as this series progresses here. And since the best of 3, this game, every single goal matters for SSC to close this one out.
Absolutely. There's a lot more challenges on the ball. Very nice rainbow flick just to get it out to cross so they can kind of like clear the ball out of their territory. And yeah, Naples is definitely going to have to play like this, continue playing like this, try and get these shots on goal. No chance there. Deflection by Tello. Tello's been doing a lot to kind of keep this team's defensive line alive.
Yep, Pito looking for an opportunity here. Another slow pass back to the keeper, it looks like, as Cross runs up. Huge opportunity here if they can get a pass forward. Pito in position, but contested by 2 defenders. It's deflected away, but possession still maintained for Naples. Looking for another opportunity here as extra effort has to be burned, and it's just going to be sent back to the goalie. Both teams content with taking this game at a snail's pace.
Yeah, at this rate, I can definitely understand that. As Pito definitely tries to make another shot on goal, but again, deflected. Ruckle right there to make the intercept.
Tello now just maintaining possession, finding these passes, finding these triangles all across the map here. And wow, Ruckle looking for a booming pass. Not quite enough as Blah will collect the ball on the other end. It's the question if they can get a good passing play going, but with how cluttered the enemy box is, it's going to be difficult here. Even a perfect pass to Tello is just completely marked by Nam.
Yeah, they are ready and waiting like for these passes. They are constantly cutting the angles. They are constantly making sure that there are no clean passes, that there's always at least one challenger wait right there on them, just like that. Even that opportunity, which any other day would have been brilliant, got shut down very quick just because someone was ready to intercept.
Tello! Oh, an open pass here into the enemy box. Oh, it's chaos as who manages to clear it away as a defender, and now it's Nam with a potential 1v1. Gets past Ruckle, who oversteps. So much hits done. The individual play, but right to Blah it goes. Calm and collected is the keeper of FCB, and Barsha, they're barely staying alive here, but that was so chaotic.
Yeah, that was wild. Barely staying alive with Barsha, but barely is still doing it for now at the very least. That was a beautiful attempt, but they're going to need to get a lot more of those right now as Tello is trying to shake who.
Yep, Tello back to Blah. Pass to emerge right to Ruckle. This might be the setup they want here. Tello with the backboard bounce, but not quite enough when who is there. Cross now in a dangerous spot, but avoids getting hit. And it will be once again more passing to try and stall this out. Overextension, though, means it's a big opportunity for Pito. Looking for a pass, a shot, perhaps, but the passes go wide. It's not quite enough for SSC Naples here as it's stuck in the corner and cleared away.
Yeah, nice attempt by SSC Naples. You could kind of see the vision there. They were trying to shake like both a defender and the goalie out, but passes got a little bit too wild, couldn't quite connect on time, and right now it is FCB once again with possession.
Cross will just grab the ball calmly. Again, it's a mirror of the last game, right? It's looking on pace to just slowly head to overtime as both defenses are airtight. But maybe this could be the difference. Nope, once again deflected by Emerge. It is a no-fly zone in both goal boxes.
Yeah, that's going to be very hard to like get. It's going to be very hard to basically get around there and figure something out. You can see Mac Daddy just trying desperately to shake Pretty on them like white on rice. That is not happening. Both teams very locked in. Blah decides to send it out and it gets sent right back to him. Emerge now has it, trying to make a play to Mac Daddy. Still defended, kicked out to Cross. Cross kicks it out to Who. It's these passing plays, not always airtight, but they know exactly where they want to go, and the team is always kind of like ready to reposition very quickly, get these intercepts going time and time again.
Oh, Tello gets it away, gets the shot afterwards as well. Perfectly aimed and a perfect mix-up to confuse the goalie, to burn the dash, to burn the slide. Cross caught lacking here, but it's just Tello with the outplay, really. You can't blame the keeper there. Just gets it all the way to the corner of the box, finds the slot, and that might be what takes us to another game here.
Yep, that might have been it. Got in at 30 seconds before game time, and FCB just leading by 1, but that's all they need. But this might be an opportunity here.
They have possession. SSCN. Naples looking for something as Pretty collects the ball, passes it back. They need to find one good play here. One good possession to tie this up and send it to overtime. It's possible, but it's not going to be easy given the defense earlier on. Cross up to Pito, looking for another shot, looking for another pass, but it's so many defenders cluttering the box. They're just stalling it out. They're looking for a shot that might not ever appear. Will Pito find it? Will Pito have the vision? Pretty. It's not collected by the defenders. Pito across, deflected by Blah, but it's not counted for the end of this extra last defense. The offense is still going here.
I'm honestly a little bit surprised. I thought that would have been it. And there we go. As they get one last deflection in, it is FCB.
FC Barsha, they send us to a third game. And it was off an individual play by Tello, right? It was a great defense all around again. So we're likely to see a very low score line in the next one as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't at all be surprised. I will say I feel like I have noticed, and correct me if I'm wrong, that SSC Naples, from what I was observing, were definitely trying a lot of set plays. They were trying to do a lot of like mix up, and basically I feel like they were trying to be a little bit too tricky for their own good, because a lot of these attempts, a lot of what would have been these good shots, these good opportunities, ended up fizzling out due to basically misaimed passes, and like where the intended target was just not in position, not ready to strike, and FCB was very quick to take advantage of that. So we need to see if I'm curious to see if they're going to continue trying that tactic here and now, or if they're going to try and like maybe simplify it a little bit more.
I'll say, though, I like that they're just going for the long booming passes at the start of the game. Might as well go for them, right? If you catch the other team off guard and get a goal, that's a massive lead when the defenses are this good. And we'll see if they can succeed here as Cross is pushed up. Trying to get it across all the way to Pretty, perhaps, but Blah is in pursuit. Blah is just chasing down the ball at the moment, retreats to help out on the defense, and Tello with the body block. We're seeing a lot of defense early as Tello gets the ball. Tello with a breakaway. Are we going to see another solo play from Tello here? Might go for the flick, just goes for the shot, and Who doesn't flinch, doesn't overextend. It's still tied at nothing, but that was scary.
Yeah, just very nice defensive. They kind of rotated in and out, you noticed, on that defense. Blau really quick to go back. Tello quick to replace him and managed to kind of get the offense off guard for that opportunity there. Who, though, going up now, managed to get it to Pretty, but Blah ends up taking it away, if only for a moment there.
Now Tello has the ball again, trying to mix up the defenders, try to burning some slide tackles here. Up to Emerge, pass across to Tello, but Cross will jump forwards, make the save, and get past the slide tackle as well. Cross running forward. This is the power when you don't have a set goalie. You can just rush forward on the offense a lot faster, but they'll have to pass it back and maintain the ball once again.
Yeah, that kind of sudden offense can throw a lot of teams off. It's just not something that you want to always prepare for, as Ruckle does manage to collect the ball after that opening. It's just something that can provide a sudden surge of offense, and good on them for trying it. Didn't quite take.
Not quite. Tello, though, maintaining the dribbles along the right edge, and Mac Daddy on the other side, looking for a pass, looking for something to Tello, but who jumps first, gets it away. And this time, Pretty chasing the ball, has the extra effort, burns it to get a 1v1 with the keeper. Ruckle versus Pretty, but a jump will do enough. These keepers have not been challenged many times, but they have been on point pretty much every time.
Yeah, definitely. As we get another opportunity, has to take off a little bit of one-on-one. Mac Daddy and does manage to retain possession of the ball, going up against the keeper. Cross still on it. Very nice catch there.
Yep, and now we'll see what the option is for Naples on the offense here. And Burge, wait a second. Oh, it's just a header away, and also a punch away here. The ball slipping away from some big chances as who picks it up. A lot of room to run here. No defenders nearby. Up to Noms, but Mac just converges on it, and it's possession in the hands of Barsha.
Yeah, that was an attempt there. A lot of like passing going around, but again, that defense just been coming out in force on really both teams as we get down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yep, Tello just stunned. Possession trying to be stolen away by Barsha, but Pretty will get it into the corner, back to the keeper, and Cross will just push forward. It has been, once again, fantastic defense. So many defenders just marking every single player who across, and Nom looked open, but the defenders arrive instantly.
Yeah, looked open for a second. No, it wasn't. So very good on FCB to keep on that, especially with how Pretty has been very aggressive and trying to like get the ball away, getting like these handles. I have noticed that. So just very good on FCB to be able to continue with these deflections, continue with this conversion, like this transition off defense to offense, trying to be slow, trying to make sure that they retain possession for as long as possible, trying to find like these good goals because again, this defense is just crazy on both sides. You have to figure out what the key is. Where's the crack in the armor?
Yep, that is the question. Time is ticking, around 1 minute remaining. As we've seen from both the games earlier, it has been a slow series. A great shot from Pretty, but Blah is there to completely deflect it. Mac Daddy is here to make sure Pito can't recover it. The ball bouncing around in a dangerous spot, and in possession for Naples here as Pito to the opposite corner, but Ruckle on point with the leap. It's still 0-0 and less than a minute.
Yeah, that was honestly one of the cleaner opportunities that I saw from SSCN. But here's the cleanest. But so managed to get like a one-on-one, but basically get it stuffed away. Ruckle just moving up, getting out of the goalie position, changing that over as they try their best to get off the board. Backboard shot, no. Cross again, managing to get it, throw it away, up to Pretty. We're getting a lot faster now. They both realize what's at stake.
Yep, Pretty just contesting, trying to find the ball by any means necessary here. As Mac Daddy as well needs to get away from who is chasing. Blah now with the reset. FCB. Barsha with the possession heading into overtime. 1 goal is all it takes here. And they might be able to get it, but instead it's just drifting all the way over to Cross, who goes for a flick in the... Okay, this guy is goofing off here, but, you know, it gets all the way to who regardless. Into the enemy box though, and Tello picks it up. The star player during the previous stages needs to get something done here. It's not going to be easy as it is a slow offense as they got to watch out for all the defenders. The ball deflected once again.
Yeah, at this point in time, both teams are probably like feeling like a little bit antsy. They want to try and find like that ideal moment, that ideal shot, but it's going to be very, very hard to come by. Both of these teams have been like locked down, and you can see nearly an opportunity there, but already Trello was just right there to prevent any sort of shenanigans even possibly happening as Black gets it, trying to kick it out, trying to find somebody safe to get it to right there.
Yep. They're finding space here. For the moment, Mac Daddy is sent back away, and now Who the one with the possession. Who looking for a pass to Pito, perhaps trying to find something as, of course, Nam is on the other side. Back and forth with the passing. Pito with the shot to the bottom corner. Perfectly placed to seal it for Naples.
Beautiful opportunity there. That was just kind of like a wide, aggressive approach. You had Noms on one side, you had Pretty on the other, you had Pito right in the center. And at that point, I feel like the defenders were just, okay, who am I going to pass it to? And it was shown to be Pito, knocked it straight in. They weren't able to get it. Sometime again, one major opportunity, and they managed to pull it through. So Naples taking this one. Congratulations to them.
Very, very, very well played. But the defense of both teams was on another level. I would especially not be surprised to see FC Barcia all the way back up in the later stages of the bracket with how much they're locking down the box like that. But for now, we're going to go to a short break while we prep the winners final. We get the winners of the previous two games up here, and we'll see how it goes. So don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone. We're back and we're here with the winners finals of the EGOIST Championship. I'm here with P Flair again, and we're here to watch the two teams that won on stream earlier today. It's Manshine City versus SSC Naples. And who do you think's gonna lock it down on defense? Because that's what we saw in our last match.
Yeah, in all honesty, I do feel like Naples has a great defensive squad, a great defensive mindset, and I feel like they're gonna be able to shutter a lot of Manshine's offense. The question is, can Manshine manage to find a way to break that?
Yep. That is indeed the question here. We'll see if that is indeed the case. Trico Rico and the rest of Manshine in the white, SSC Naples in the black, and we're already seeing some booming shots here right to the goalie. A little bit goofy to start off, but there's still 6 minutes left to play.
Yeah, just like a very quick vibe check. Like, okay, are you ready for this? Are you ready to get going? And they're like, yeah, yeah. No, you can't catch us by surprise like that.
Yep, Yanj on the left side, pushing forward. A pass across to Remy. Despite there being two defenders there, Remy gets the shot. And what a play that was. We talked about Naples' defense, but we didn't expect Manshine's offense to just fire right back.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, got past two defenders, said, what are you talking about? We are 100% ready. Let's go. Let's rock this. So now, next kickoff, and you see that they were trying to, like, fire back very fast.
Oh, and speaking of firing, there's Pito with the solo play. Trico, though, has the read. Make sure that this game's not evened up that easily. And, of course, we're not seeing as much of a defensive lockdown from Manshine. There's less people in the box, of course, than the two people that immediately converge from Naples. But Trico has been a great individual keeper, so honestly, it might make up for it.
Yeah, definitely, as they are trying to make something happen here. Oh, Red almost managed to get like a shot on goal. Beautiful attempt there as they are fighting for possession. Does not happen. That was dangerously close. Bit of a nearly missing pass, but Trico does manage to get it.
Crazy passes forward. This is just spurring the offense towards the enemy box by any means necessary. That's the Manshine classic here. Naples fully in retreat to make sure that everyone is marked. Pito looking for the contest, finds the block, doesn't find the ball though, and Yoshi still has control of it, but slips away. Pito to the keeper, and Cross will restart the offense for Naples.
Yeah, Cross doing a little bit of a dozy-do there, but taking it all the way to midfield, going for like a forcible offense off the backboard. No dice there on that little cheeky attempt.
Oh, what a catch! Woo! What a catch by Noms, but more importantly, what a pass! Right past the keeper, getting the ball before Trico can catch up to it. Pito just rushed in there with the extra effort, and now the game's tied up.
Yeah, Trico went for try to extend a little bit, and they managed to get it off the backboard to the attacker and open goal. So tied up now. Manshine, Naples, they have to. They're in a stalemate now, and they're both going to be looking to break it very quickly, as we are only at 3 minutes 30 seconds in.
Wait, Cross is just walking up slowly. Cross is walking up slowly and taking the shot, but Trico is there, of course, to make the save. It was almost a crazy goal going in so early as the keeper just slowly made their way up the field. And now Trico maybe feeling a little bit of the same here, feeling like they're daring to dream, but it's Pito on the other side just saying no, and that's an overextension.
Yeah, that is the risk you take when the goalkeeper steps out of the box, tries to play something forward. Just Pito immediately saw the attempt to pass, was able to knock it right back, and just too far out of position. And now it is Naples up by one. Manshine very likely not happy about that one, and they are going to want to try and strike back very quickly if they can, but they may not be able to. Who on the one-on-one almost manages to get it past, but Trico Rico managing to get the ball from him, get the save, and we're back at midfield.
Up to Yoshi now. Another pass to Ganj across, and Remy. Not quite enough. A big deflection there. Ganj, though, but gets the ball again. It's cluttered, but Cross will leap for it and make the save. It's chaos in the box again, but the defense of Naples that we saw in the previous series is holding strong as always.
Yeah, for sure. They have managed to make sure that very little does get past them. They are playing it calm. They are playing it cool. They're up by one. They don't need to rush. So at this point, it's like, yeah, they can go for another goal, but they can also make Manshine try and come to them.
Yep, Remy forward now. Up to Ganj, who has so much space to play with, the entire world to play with. Ganj, just a simple shot to the close corner, and it will be the game evened up here. What good positioning from Ganj to get completely open. The entire left half was open there for Ganj.
Yeah, at that point, it was just a one-on-one. He had to try and, like, guess. Interesting, though, that, yeah, it slotted into kind of like the top left there when clearly goalkeeper thought it was going to go around right. So good on them faking out the goalie and managing to tie this up. So, yeah, this one is far from over as we hit 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Pretty. Oh, but Remy's there to catch the ball. Up to Yoshi with Nam contesting here. Trying to find a passing angle as it goes all the way around the world, but no one's there to recover it. Pretty gets there first. Pretty has an opportunity now to slide tackle. Not really interrupting, but Trico with a great slide to get the ball. And possession is in the hands of Manshine with a minute left to play. A big opportunity for them to start building a lead.
Yep, Ranger does get a bit of clear out, does manage to kind of like get it up to the front there, getting blocked off by who, blocked right back again, nearly a long bomb out into the goal, but Cross does manage to get it as they spike it back up to the opposing end of the field.
Yep, and with the ball in no man's land, it goes back to the keeper. And we've seen the situation before 20 seconds ago. It's Manshine with an offensive opportunity here. Ganj using that extra effort to just send the ball forward. Remy, a slightly off target. Cross dove the other way, but the shot wasn't quite made. And Manshine now, they're the ones who have to be on the defense with 20 seconds left to play. It's such a dangerous spot to be in here.
Yeah, very dangerous. Naples had an beautiful opportunity. Trico Rico, though, denying all beautiful opportunities there. Very nice save on their part.
Yep, and now it's Pretty with the challenge with the 1v1. Trico, there's the flick, and there's the goal from Pretty on the last 50-50, on the last mix-up. They will secure the game.
Beautiful. Also, I apologize for that caster curse, but Pretty with a very, very pretty flick off the wall and just taps it in. Nobody can get it at that point. Naples taking it. Very, very nice.
Yep, and that's a lead in this best of 3 here in this winner's final of the EGOIST Championship tournament, where everyone entered solo, but now we have full teams of 5 battling it out here. The Manshine, they look good. Way better than I thought, with 2 goals scored during, of course, an incredible defensive performance coming out from Naples, especially in the last series. Watching that, you would expect them to lock it down completely again. But it was really close, and Trico, of course, until the very end, was extremely solid. We'll see if Manshine can maintain it this time, but Naples are definitely the team to beat here.
Yeah, Naples with just some very, very nice moves, both on offense and defense. Manshine gonna have to find a way to step it up. Gonna want to tie this one up, and ideally do it with authority, trying to patch any cracks in their defense that they may still have as we get this kicked off. Trico with the ball and moving it up to center, it seems like.
Yep, trying to find a clean passing line, but okay, this time Trico doesn't make the critical overextension there, so it will not indeed be a free goal for Naples this time. Manshine, on the other hand, now on the defense, having to contest cross at the half line. It's It's awkward here as they get a clean pass to Nom. It gets past the defenders, but Nom doesn't quite grab the ball. A big missed opportunity from both the defense and the offense there as Trico collects.
Yeah, just pass wasn't quite there, but it was Manshine who managed to get the better of it. Trico Rigo again moving towards the center line, trying to kick it off. They are trying to like get some heavy offense started, taking a couple of big risks in order to do it though.
Yep. As the ball is sent across, Pito in the 1v1, but no, it's actually Ranger who's the one who collects there. It's a good defense as Noms rushes forward. Noms looking for the breakaway. Noms looking for the 1v1, and Trico can't handle it. What a good dribbling play to maintain the ball, get around the defender so quickly. Forcing these 1v1s perfectly is Noms.
That was beautiful. Just honestly, nice, just rainbow flick. Just like you said, managed to force the 1v1, and at that point, it was as good had a good a shot as anyone to get that one in. Nepal's up one as we get down into like the lower of the lower 4 minutes.
Oh, Ganj with a big pass attempt there, but Noms will find it at the end, and Cross will pick it up. Now we're going to see if the possession can be maintained by Naples as they push forward. They have the lead. They can always elect to stall out some time, take it slow, as Pito is in a really good spot here if they can find a clean passing play. Noms looking for the pass to Pito. The ball deflected for now, and Manshine out of danger for the moment, but they still need to get a goal on the board with less than 4 minutes left to play.
Yeah, pretty managing to take it, trying to beat Remy on the 1v1. Trico Rico being challenged. Not quite. Trico Rico with that very, very capable jump there to get that ball out of harm's way, clearing it out back to midfield, moving it back up. Kanji trying to push it forward. Who on the intercept? Yeah, very solid defense.
I'm surprised Ganj got all the way up there, but that breakaway was a little bit scary. Trico stalling out in the midfield as Ganj forward to Remy, perhaps. Ranger looking for a bounce back to Yoshi, up to Remy, but who is there? The defense of Naples coming through in a big way again. Remy looking for the individual outplay, but not quite enough. Ranger gets possession of the ball for a moment. Yoshi now with the flick, but Cross leaps, makes the save. The keeper, he gets it done, and with less than 3 minutes, time's ticking for Manshine.
Yeah, they have to find something clean here. They have to find a way to like break away, get around this able defense that has been giving them fits this entire game, honestly, this entire series. But that seems very hard in doing.
Yeah, big opportunity for Noms, but Trico's there this time. Defense has tightened up for Manshine. They still need to get the goal, though, as Trico and Ranger are looking for any openings where they can find a pass to a striker all the way across, but Pretty gets there first. Will be able to clear it away pretty comfortably, and Cross will collect once again. 2 minutes remaining as Naples has the lead.
Yeah, just very nice marking on Naples' part, just making sure that very few players are without a challenger for these passes.
Oh my, it's Pito!
Tension and manages to get it over the goalie. That might be it.
That might be it. Yeah, Pito finds it from the midfield. Another awkward bounce there, and it looks like the goalkeeper role actually transferred from Trico to defender there, so that Leap couldn't catch the ball. A little bit of awkwardness, as now it's a huge, almost insurmountable lead there for Naples. We'll see if SC Naples can hold on to this one, as they're the ones just continuing to press on offense. No breaks here for Pito, but Trico has to jump this time.
Yeah, this time, but still, if this time may not have been enough, they need to push. They need to slam the pedal down and push for these goals as much as possible. At this point, there's very little, to lose per se. So they need to try and like find these offensive points, make these shots on goal and make them count. We are down to 1 minute.
1 minute. Time's ticking for Manshine. They need to get offense by any means, but it's not going to be easy when these passes, when the possession's just being maintained pretty, just getting it away from the pursuing Ganj. And now Noms in the enemy goal box with the flick, with the shot, and that's a 3-0. It's curtains for Manshine. 44 seconds remaining. Almost insurmountable of a lead. Naples, their defense is also looking too good.
Yeah, I would call that the dagger as we basically wind things up here. Manshine down 3. And it's like, what do you do at that point? While we see Naples just seems like they're not even letting up. They want to they may be wanting to send a message here.
Yeah, I mean, they want 4 as Nom gets it forward, gets the bounce, but Rangers there to grab the ball. It's panic mode now as Ganj gets it forward, looking for a shot, looking for a pass to Yoshi on the rebound, but Cross doesn't flinch the second time around. The ball awkwardly placed as Noms and Ranger contested, but that's another goal to seal it out. 2 seconds remaining, and Naples are just tacking on some cosmetic points.
Yeah, that one was just for show, and I think at that point they kind of like realized that you can see that they weren't even really in the goal line. They were just kind of like Manshine was just kind of like pushing everybody up just to see if maybe something could happen.
But it will be SSC Naples advancing to the grand finals of the EGOIST Championship. Manshine dropping to the losers final to maybe earn their way back up. It's been a game of defense from Naples, and we'll see if that continues.
Yeah, just very solid on the defense, being able to transition that to effective offense and punching through basically the other team's defense very effectively. I would say that it seems like when it may take a little bit to, like get said offense rolling, but when they start, they have a hard time stopping.
Yep, but with that, we're going to head to a short break, and we'll have the loser semis, the teams that have crawled up from the depths of the losers bracket for you guys, and we'll see if we see some familiar names, or maybe it'll be the losers bracket teams after all. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back. Hello everyone, we're back. I'm here with Fuego Wave for this loser semifinal match versus FCB and BM Bastard Munchin. And how are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Glad to be here. How are you doing? You got any thoughts on these two upcoming teams, or have we already started?
We have indeed already started here. Just got to make sure they're on the right sides, and it seems they're not. Bang. Okay. There we go. But Fuego Wave, you participated in this tournament. How'd you do?
At least we qualified. Unfortunately, got out first round, but now I'm here, so still doing well, I guess.
Yeah, and most notable for me earlier on in this tournament was the lockdown defense coming out from FC Barsha. They were against a similarly defensive team, SSC Naples, but their defenders were fantastic, and we're going to see if they can replicate that performance again here, as it's just a lot of good defense from both teams so far.
Absolutely. The only thing that I've noticed that you need to be able to do is be able to transition from defense directly into offense to be able to get and open up lanes. Like just right there, you saw a quick tap into box, almost a shot on goal. Unfortunately, unsuccessful, and we're switching back sides.
Oh, Atello, almost a breakaway as well, a standout player for this FC Barsha team in the earlier stages. Has not been as explosive. And Nagi with the header, a great pass from Cap, but Emerge and Ruckle are there to just stifle it. We're seeing a lot of these shots just go a little bit too directly, right?
A lot of them are unfortunately going straight to keeper, and that's what's going to separate your good strikers from your bad strikers, is the ones that can tap it into the corners consistently, like we see from the two teams that were in winners finals just a match ago. That's really what's going to decide who's going to win this game, is who can get a better shot on goal, or which goalkeeper is going to mess up first.
Yep, and we're seeing possession. Oh, possession just tossed away, unfortunately, by FCB. Thumper chasing it, doesn't have the extra effort, and Blau will recover. Another pass and play forward. Emerge with plenty of room up to Mac, but as the play slows down, all the defenders converging for Bastard Munich once again, and Tello forced to retreat, forced to buy some time. Emerge in the play. Tello rushing forward, mixing up both defenders, getting through all of them, but there's no shot to be found. Another try, and Emerge this time gets the header, and it's the first goal for FC Barsha.
Right there, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Putting it in the corners, hard for the goalkeeper to react to. Quick plays, not giving up on the play either. Emerge still standing in the middle of the box, even though it did look like position gave away. We're going to switch back over to BM, starting with the ball. Thumper going to take it and just try and send it straight down to Cap, which is actually going to go in. A massive, quick sequence of plays. Great coordination, great communication. And, I mean, what else you had to say? These two teams are some of the best teams we're going to see in the tournament.
That was brilliant, and it kind of was just the defense not getting there quick enough, right? The keeper being caught off guard in the rotation. But we'll see if Tello can convert. No, Nagi steals away the ball, and Bastard Munchin just continuing to push forward really quickly right now. They're trying to replicate the success from the previous point, but it's a little bit too high, and Blau will take it away.
Yeah, Blau's going to reset it back to the keeper, who's going to actually speed up the tempo here to try and get it to Tello, who's going to look for a shot. No, look for a pass to Merge, but it's unfortunately going to go right back to BM, Bastard Munchin, who's going to try and reset up their offense again. Really, all we're really going to see is who can pass it into the box better, or who can get that outside shot.
Yeah, and even if it's to the side, if it's a medium high, that's perfect distance for the goalie to leap to compared to the bottom corners. Ruckle continuing to fire it forward. They're trying to find faster offense this time, trying to catch the defenders off guard. Tello maintaining possession. What a dribble! But the shot will be interrupted by Cap. They keep possession, though. They're trying again here. Up to Mac, who has another angle. A breakaway. Back to Blah, but Thumper clearing it away. Importantly, though, it's FCB. FC Barsha just keeping control of the ball at all times, and they're the ones perpetually on offense thanks to that.
Yes, from this, I mean, we're going to see Mac Daddy looking for a play, going to send it to Blah. Blah going to send it middle. Trello's going to take a shot, but it's unfortunately going to get interrupted by Thumper, who's then going to give it right back to Emerge. And we got FC Barca getting control of the ball again, going to try and reset defense. a little confusion on their side as they try and get it to whoever they want to start their play. It looks like Mac Daddy's going to run downside, send it to Tello. Tello has a shot, unfortunately straight to the keeper.
Yeah, Anxiety has been on point with those jumps, but Tello emerged. Wait a second, they interrupt the passing immediately. And FCB in position now if they can maintain possession. Tello against 2. The dribbles are crazy. The slide tackle dodged away from. And Tello is outplaying the entire team, but the pass doesn't quite hit its mark. And it's Cap going to be recovering the possession. And although there were some highlights there, and no shot on goal to be found at all.
I feel like his team has to get, by his team, I'm talking specifically at Tello's team, has to get a better job of getting open and trying to create a play off of this player's skill. His dribbling is unreal, and it just feels like he doesn't really get a lot off of it most of the time.
We'll see if that'll be the case. Already only 60 seconds left, right?
Yes, it's been a fast game. I mean, high stakes. It's just been a lot of time draining with constant passing, constant attempts, not really any, breaks. Mac Daddy's going to get it, going to send it back to keeper. No, send it to Emerge. Who's going to send it to Blah. Going to look for Tello, but is going to get that in the bottom left corner. What a shot by Tello.
Just low enough to not be picked up by the leap from the keeper. And that's a huge opportunity now to close out this game, right? Only 30 or so seconds left.
Just because there's 30 seconds left does not mean the game's over yet. These guys still have all the time in the world as long as they keep possession of the ball. They just have to generate some sort of offense, and they're just going to try and send it straight to Nagi, which is going to be blocked and picked back up by Ruckle. Really, all these guys need to do now is drain time, and that should be game 1.
Yeah, Tello with the dribbles. That's going to be the difference here. Getting past 2 defenders, so much room to play with, so much time to spend for FC Barsha. The game 1 concluded, but looking at the next game, what do you think? What do you think can be done by Bastard Munchen in the upcoming game?
So I played against Bastard Munchen, and I can personally say that Cap is their best striker, but I did not see him taking many attempts on goal from their team. I feel like they have to start generating more plays around their better strikers. You can even see on the score, Cap was the only one to get a goal on their team, but most of the time he wasn't even in box to begin with.
We'll see if the adjustments are made. The next game's coming up pretty much immediately. And speaking about being in the box, I guess, when the defense has been good, especially from FC Barsha in that series against SSC Naples earlier, how do you think teams can deal with the multiple defenders being on point in the box?
I think mostly what you're going to have to deal with is the fast breaks and trying to pass it around more. There's a back wall and a side wall to use if you have a defender on you in the wings. Personally, what we'll do is we'll try and bounce it off and then get a shot mid to hope that you win that 50-50 battle for Prio in the box, just like how FC Barca is doing on the other side of the field.
Yeah, and looks like we're heading to a new lobby, so it's going to be a little bit of a wait. And I guess on the whole Blue Lock tournament format, going from the ladder to 3v3 to 4v4 and now to 5v5, it did take quite a while, but what do you think of it?
It was definitely an interesting format. I think it was really fun to split up people and have people have to play with other people. Kind of not, the same faces you'll see on the same team every single time. So it does mix it up a lot. But then you also, unfortunately get you powerhouses like the teams in winners brackets. Like, how did those people all end up on the same team? But I mean, what do you think about it? Since you're coming from more of a, commentator, less of a player. So what do you think of it? Like, seeing all this play out?
Definitely enjoy seeing all these mixed up rosters, seeing these names that are usually on the same team being split apart. But I do think that it is quite the long tournament, and I'm starting to, I guess, be a little bit concerned as to maybe some of the teams are gonna get a little bit exhausted. Mentally, you're playing with pretty much a completely new squad most of the time, right? And that's a bit of an adjustment.
I mean, yeah, for the most part, when you get in these long tournaments, speaking from experience, you got to have breaks in between and utilize those breaks to, refreshing yourself, throw some water in the face, get some water, drink an energy drink, do some push-ups, anything to keep your mind active. Because it's kind of like, driving a car, your brain's constantly doing the same thing over and over. And then you make those small mistakes, and those small mistakes can cost you an entire game. I mean, you've seen in some of the previous games, like one bad pass, all of a sudden it's flipped upside, one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Yeah, but we're heading into the game itself here. Anxiety, the keeper is going to have to do a lot of work to try and keep this game afloat for Bastard Munchen, as they are the team that's behind right now.
Indeed. We're going to see Bastard Munchen actually start with the ball, try to get something going on. Tello's immediately jumping on Thumper, not letting him get any space, which is going to cause EMERGE to get the ball, and they're going to switch the field again.
Yep.
Tello's going out. Go ahead, my fault.
All good. Mac Daddy Tello with the rebound, but off the post, off the wall. And FCB. Wait, Tello manages to dribble it away from the wall, and the keeper was completely out of position. It's a huge goal for FCB.
We see the same thing with Tello every single time. It's clinical. He gets the ball, gets away from the keeper, and just taps it in. He did it in just a match previously, and again in this match.
History repeating itself here, but as Bastard Munchen has the possession, they're looking for an open shot. They're looking for a big pass from Thumper, but it goes directly to Blah, who will just dribble it away. And now EMERGE and Tello have all the field to play with, but interrupted by the defenders. Thumper, maybe a pass forward all the way into the enemy goal box. Cap is open. You were mentioning Cap. Maybe a chance, but too many defenders converging. It's so hard to get free.
These guys are trying to get the passes around, but the passes are just too close to the other team. And by the other team, I'm talking about FC Barca. Barca doing a good job keeping to their man and not letting them get any room to breathe. Trying to generate attempts to be able to take the ball away and switch sides. Blah is going to get the ball back and probably pass back to keeper, which you see, and they're going to reset here. Ruckel looking for Tello. Tello's going to try and take it away. Danger from Cap being in their box. Not really seeing anything open, but walks right past Cap again. And passes to Blah for an attempt at offense.
Yeah, and with Blah dribbling up, it's going to be up to Thumper to interrupt. Successfully does so, but that clear out just gives possession back to FC Barca as Ruckel picks it up, fires it forward. Mac Daddy accelerating, Blah in a 1v1 with the keeper, tries to go for bottom corner, not quite making the shot. That could have been a devastating lead here, but there's still 4 minutes left to play.
Yeah, it's a very close call. Had me holding my breath for a second. Luckily, you know, God gave him a little blessing in disguise. Thumper's going to get the ball and try and set something up straight to Cap. Cap's going to have a shot and top left corner. As I said, Cap is lethal in the box. You just have to be able to generate those attempts to be able to get shots on that.
Yeah, and we're seeing Cap getting set up here. The question is, can they do it more times? Because you saw there were 3 defenders cluttering the box there. It's not going to be as easy the next time around, but this time is FC Barca the ones trying to generate some offense here, and we've seen that they can get those shots on goal as well. It was a close call last time, and the defenders of Bastard Munchen are going to have to really step it up.
Yes, as you can see, their FC Barca, actually, their defense collapsed. I guess got confused on who they were supposed to man target on that one, which led to that Cap goal. And I mean, that's how you get the shots. So you cause confusion. You destroy a defense that's, you know, just find the little chink in the chainmail. Tello going for a shot, barely missing.
Yeah.
Let's go switch sides again.
But Cap now, he talked about him. He has an opening, but a slide tackle by Blah will stifle it for the moment. Passing back here, the keeper roll being accidentally passed, but it'll be an offensive chance here for Mac Daddy and Tello. The defenders converging. They got to get something done quickly. There's a slide tackle. There's the pass away to Cap. And FC Barca, they can't get it done this time.
Indeed, we're going to see their offense Bastard Munchen trying to set something up. They got Cap in the middle again. Just a short pass, which is intercepted by Blah. It's going to go back to Bastard Munchen, fortunately for them, while they try and set something up back mid. They got Nagi and a quick sequence of events that leads to a quick goal.
I didn't expect that to be the goal that was scored. I expected some more passing, but Nagi sees the vision. Bottom corner, bottom left. So hard for the keeper to get to, right?
Indeed, but honestly, I think that was more on the keeper diving forward instead of diving to the side. You'll see that, like I said, the small mistakes are what cost games, and now we have a 2-1 lead by Bastard Munchen. With Bastard Munchen actually getting the ball back, Nagi making a run, gonna look for Cap, but it's stopped by Mac Daddy again. But the game's not over. There you go, Ruckel. Good save.
It was almost an extension on that play. It was almost over, but that slide tackle just takes so long to recover, right? Such a risky move to make, and even if you connect, sometimes you're still in disadvantage. Tello, though, with positioning, with a good passing line, perhaps with the dribbles that they're known for, up to Mac Daddy, but Anxiety will not flinch, not dive, and will just collect the ball.
Indeed, that was a good attempt for them, opening it up, getting Mac Daddy in position to be open for a shot. And the more shots you have on goal, eventually, the more balls that will, meet the back of the net. Tello just sending it down, Anxiety picking it up like nothing. They're now on offense. Anxiety not wasting any time, sending it straight down mid to Nagi, but not really seeing anything from that.
And now that means there's only 2 defenders here. A little bit too far for Tello to get to, unfortunately, as Thumper picks it up. The offense starting up once again for Bastard Munchin. All the way across the field to Cap, to Nagi, to the bottom corner. Not quite, but on the second try, it's an overextension by the keeper, and Nagi will get it done.
Indeed, that was an amazing effort. Good job not giving up on the play, because you'll see a lot of people give up on those plays, expect the goalkeeper to get that, but he did an amazing job closing that distance quickly and getting priority on that ball that was loose. Ruckel's going to start with the ball as ball comes out. They're going to try and set up something on the opposite side of the field for an offense. He's going to swing it over to Emerge, who was then intercepted by Thumper. The play is not over, but bad pass from Emerge, and it goes right back to Bastard Munchin.
Stolen away now. Emerge looking to find their way on the other side of the field. Slide tackle by Thumper, but Tello still maintains it. The dribble is fantastic all around, but there's the slide tackle once again. Time's ticking, and, Blah kind of just sent it right to Cap, who will say thank you and collect the goal.
Honestly, breakdown of the team by FCB. I think they might just be ready to move on to the next round to see, kind of put this one behind them and get ready for round 3 of the match.
Yeah.
They
do have a game to play with, right? So definitely can't blame them at this point. 20 seconds left. The deficit's a little bit too high, and it looks like Bastard Munchin are just going to close this one out slowly.
You want to see FCB try and get a goal before the game's over. It may not really think it matters, but getting that momentum going into game 3 is massive. It's not really the best, for mental to be going into a game 4-1.
But unfortunately, it's looking like that. Thumper interrupts, and that's going to be the end of the game. It's 1-1 now, and we're going to head to a game 3 shortly. And from what we've seen, it kind of seems like these small mistakes are really just making it difficult for FCB.
Yeah, you'll see this a lot, especially in the higher level of competitive play. Defenses are locked down. All it takes is 1 or 2 mistakes for offense to be able to capitalize on, because we have a lot of talented players, a lot of talented strikers who are able to capitalize on those mistakes, and that's what's going to decide most of the games. And then once you get like mistakes early on in the game, it's very easy to see a game completely spiral out of control, just like that one.
Yeah, but heading into the third one, what adjustments do you think FCB can make? Because, of course, like when you're kind of slipping, when you're kind of making those small mistakes, there's no like really obvious adjustments you can make, right?
I mean, really, it's up to the team captain or whoever's the IGL of that team to sit down, talk to your team, make them know that it was one bad game. It is what it is. Don't let it get in your head. Off the shoulders like nothing happened. Time to be prepared. Come back in like you played match 1. Lockdown defense, high-tuned offense. Let's not give the ball away for free. Get down, generate opportunities, try and score, and try and take this one home.
Yeah, and in the time between games last time, you mentioned Cap. Do you think that Cap is living up to your expectations, or do you think that he needs even more shots?
I mean, he had the shots he did get, they were on target, they were on point, and obviously he capitalized on it. I feel like they could try and generate more opportunities to him or use him more as a decoy, because it's very easy to tell who he is on the field. And they're probably going to man mark him because they know he's, high scoring player. Use him as a decoy, drag people away, create opportunities in the middle. I'm not really seeing that on offenses on these teams of pulling defenders away, opening up the box for those passes in the middle to be able to take his shots on goal.
Right, we're going to be loading into the next game now. We're going to see how it pans out. Bastard Munchin, they really capitalized on every single opening in that previous game. But that first game, FC Barsha, felt like they controlled from start to finish. As we load in,
Absolutely.
we'll see. We'll see.
Absolutely. That's part of the beauty of competitive rematch. It goes one game to an absolute domination for one team, straight back to the other team dominating. We're going to have Trello opening up the game, passing back to eMERGE to try and look for something. Going to send it to Trello. Doesn't look like the communication got through because Trello did not move, but they're going to get the ball right back and look for a play. Trello's going to take it up, trying to beat 2 men, going to send it middle, and it's going to be picked up by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, good defense, but it is crazy how Bastard Munchen crowded the box there so well. Made sure that the angles weren't open. Every single bit of airspace was covered by the headers. And right now, though, it's just FCB trying to keep it away from their half. That's kind of giving over possession to Bastard Munchen. They're going to be happy about that if they can find something. But no, it goes to eMERGE. Tello and eMERGE, but a great slide tackle from Nagi will stop that for now.
Indeed. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like this is the opportunity to strike now. They're kind of, seats are still warm. Bastard Munchen got to capitalize on the momentum they had from last game, and they're trying to do that already with Nagi taking a shot on goal. If they can get a lead early, all they really have to do is, stall time and kind of let the game play out.
Yep, Mac and Tello once again, but the pass is slightly off target, and that will be an interruption from the Doc, but Mac manages to pick it back up. Lots of open space on the left side as well from Blah, but not quite going to be the case as Anxiety just picks up the ball. The possessions haven't been too successful, but that booming shot might be, almost catches Ruckle off guard, but a good jump to make sure it doesn't go anywhere crazy.
Indeed, Blah is going to take this ball back onto the other side of the field, looking for Tello mid off the wall. Not going to be able to do much there, but McDaddy with a good shot from outside the paint. Very good attempt there. But unfortunately for them, Bastard Munchen is going to be able to take that and switch the field again.
Yeah, it's so important that you just keep up those attacks, even if the ball slips away, even if it's out of place. Tello with the dribble is trying to make sure that the ball is not stolen away by Cap. Kind of a lot of space to run there, but I guess it's kind of hard when there weren't any big passing angles open. We'll see if there's a passing angle open, and it is! Mac, in the midst of the defenders, still manages to find a shot to the bottom right.
Very, very good shot by him. I'm not sure if that was a shot or a pass in, but he had 2 defenders on him and the goalkeeper, and somehow slipped. It was a pass play into the bottom right corner. Amazing angle from him. The goalie didn't really know what was going on. Unfortunate for FCBC, but they still have a chance to come back from this. Or I may have spoken too soon on that. It's going to give the ball right back. No, it is going to give the ball back to Bastard or FBC, not Bastard Munchen.
Yeah, FC Barsha now on the offense once again. They dominated the first game in this series, so they're going to be looking to do that again. But Cap on the outside to Nagi. Ruckle unflinching. Just takes the ball, handed to him. And now it's another push from Mac, who was so successful earlier. We'll see if they can find a big pass to Tello. Almost, but Thumper will be able to interrupt.
And we'll see the ball go back in Bastard Munchen's favor, looking to set up another play to Cap, but not enough juice on that ball to get it there. It does look like Doc is going to receive it back for Bastard Munchen, give a Basti, but once again, too far. It doesn't look like communication is, I don't know if it's like, not good comms, or they're not calling the right plays, or they're just not executing on those plays, but it does look like all these passes are going way over where their teammates are.
Oh, okay, that was scary. Nagi was almost in position to get something done, but Ruckle will grab it. An awkward spot for eMERGE, but a good pass to Tello, interrupted by Cap. These booming shots have been the downfall of FC Barsha in some of these cases when they're interrupted, and now Cap pushing forward to Nagi, but the pass goes wide, and Ruckle will clear it away. But they're still not maintaining possession. It's still Bastard Munchen on the offense here.
Indeed. Good job from the goalkeeper for coming out of box to help his defender there, because I do think Tello does make it there before Doc. Bastard Munchen needs to get their passing under control because they've been giving it up way too much.
Yeah.
While they have it on the other side of the field, and they definitely need some sort of something here, and there it goes. Right down mid, wins the 50-50 against 2 defenders, and that's going to go right into the back of the net.
That was a brilliant... it's crazy that they managed to just get it all the way past. Did Nagi even touch it?
It doesn't. I mean, it does say he did, but it gave the goal to Anxiety from what I saw. So I mean, hey, goalkeeper scored.
Yeah, that's not something you see every day, that the servers aren't laggy, so we don't see goalkeepers just getting to score like that as much anymore. But Tello on the other end looking for an opening. These dribbles have been fantastic so far. The game's tied up with a little over a minute remaining, and it's a bit scary for both teams here.
Indeed. From your perspective, do you think Tello's high-powered dribbling is worth it? And there's Cap, the guy I was talking about. Just like that, within 30 seconds, the game is completely flipped on its head, and Bastard Munchen now takes the lead.
Yeah, it's a tale of two strikers, right? Tello with the dribbles, with the possession in the enemy box, and Cap, who just goes for the shots, who just gets the ball from the team, gets the rebound, and gets a shot. And the game so far in this one is favoring the one who just goes for the shots right now. Thumper with a lot of open space over to Cap, but Rucka will save it this time. And it's really just crunch time for FC Barca. They need to get something done right now.
It's in these high pressure situations where you'll see which teams are the most composed. A lot of teams will just start swinging it and sending it into box, praying and hoping for anything, which we're kind of starting to see here. Instead of setting up a play, calming down, and trying to get some sort of shot on goal. The defense on Bastard Munchen is going to lock in, and you got to expect them to lock in and play extremely heavy defense to not give up this lead that they have.
Really scary as the ball slips away. The goalie doesn't get it, but Tello now with a pass forward to Blah. Last chance, really, as 18 seconds remain. Good possession. Mac Daddy pass Cap as well. The slide tackle goes wide, but so does the pass. Emerge now, needs to keep control. Tello as well with the dribbles. Gets past the defenders for now. 3 people challenging. Tello looking for an opening. Tello looking for the shot, looking for the pass. Emerge across, but no! Right to the defender it goes, and that's Bastard Munchen making it forward in the bracket.
Indeed. From what I saw, I want your opinion on this as well, but I feel like Tello's dribbling actually hurt the team more than helping the team. We only saw him get 2 goals earlier on in the series, and correct me if I'm wrong, he had a goal this series, but other than that, I mean, no, he did not. Other than that, he didn't really have much impact on the game other than getting past defenders every now and then. To be able to evolve and have your team play better around that sort of player, that player has to create openings, has to create passes to create shots on goal, because just dribbling around people is not going to score the goal.
Yeah, I like the dribbling, but it was just over dribbling a little bit later, you know? Like the first dribble, getting free, that's great, but as the defenders converge on you, then your passing lanes kind of just disappear, right? So when it becomes over dribbling, it got difficult. But we're going to head to a short break. Losers Final will be ready in just a second, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, we're back with the EGOIST Championship. We're in the losers finals now. It's Manshine City versus Bastard Munchen. Two teams that started in winners, but now they're here to keep themselves alive in losers and maybe take a trip to the grand final. Fuego, how are you doing? And how are you feeling heading into this game?
Doing amazing. I'm very excited to see these two team plays. These two both top their group stages, and I expect to see very high team play. Unfortunately, we saw Man City fall in the previous winners bracket, but I'm sure they're going to come back with a vengeance to try and win out losers bracket and get a rematch.
Yeah, and these two teams played each other at the start of the day. Manshine taking the victory 2-1 there. But it was definitely pretty close, and Cap now with the breakaway, trying to find a pass here. Thumper in a good spot to set up Nagi, but Ganj is there on the defense, and Remy to the other side, just immediately setting up a play quickly, trying to wait for the teammates to catch up, but has to pass back, has to reset the situation to maintain possession here.
That is very good awareness from Remy, as either that or someone calming. Oh, Cap getting the ball, gonna take a shot, but no bueno. Trico is going to actually receive that and send it back up to Ranger, who's going to look for a play. As I was saying earlier, Remy had a really good spatial awareness earlier to send it back instead of losing the ball to getting double teamed. Nagi's going to make a run and just swing it, and Trico dives forward and misses the ball. Nagi with a half-court shot, an air ball, or half-court shot, and nothing but net.
That's really unfortunate. Trico's been really good so far this tournament, but that dive was really just not it. And if you're Bastard Munchen, you're going to be really happy about that. In these long drawn-out games, every goal counts, and having one at the start of the game just like that is so calming, right? There's so much less stress.
Absolutely. And now all of a sudden, Man City's feeling the pressure of having to get a goal. We're going to see this pressure actually affects them. Trico trying to get the ball, receive it, and going to send it to Genji. Genji looking, nope, what a tussle for the ball, which is going to end up with Remy getting it and sending it back to Trico to reset the play. These two teams, like I said, is a very close match. Little mistakes like that is going to cost the entire game. Cap has a one-on-one with the keeper, going to rip it to the bottom left, and barely Trico gets there. Good goalkeeper play from Trico.
Yeah, just keeping it locked down for now. Remy across, but Nagi's there to make sure Yoshi can't get a clean shot. Ganj still maintaining possession, but Thumper, Remy, a shot to the top, a dribble, a pass, nothing as it's cleared away, but shot right back here. Doc with the defense. So many defenders in the box as Cap gets ahead, but can't quite get the ball here. And as Remy collects, it's another slow start to the offense for Manshine City as they try to tie it up.
Yes, Genji trying to make something out of nothing. This offense needs to start moving. They gotta have cuts going, have something cooking in the pot, because right now it's just constant holding the ball too long, and Bastard Munchen getting the ball right back every single time. We see a bad pass from Nagi over to Cap, which is gonna turn possession back over to Man City. Man City looking again to try and take something and make something out of nothing on offense. Bad cross over to Nagi. Nagi is going to get another one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but actually has Cap across. Cap unable to finish. They had the vision, but not the execution.
It was really, really close there, but now it's Man City. Manshine looking for something here. They reset back to Trico and send it over to Rangers to try and open up these passing lanes. Remy open as well, but there's defenders converging the airspace occupied. They get it to Remy, but it's so hard to find a striker to be able to take a shot, and Cap will collect. Bastard Munchen, they're just getting so many more attempts on goal. They're just taking their tries a lot further here.
Indeed. Bastard Munchen is actually opting for a more, not as many people on offense as they have on defense, as they're only going for a 2-3 look with Nagi and Cap leading their charge for offense. Everyone else sitting back on defense, making sure they don't get any lucky attempts. On the opposite hand, Bastard Munchen needs to open up. No, not Bastard Munchen. Man City needs to open up attempts for Remy, as Remy is their best striker. But we see him starting with the ball more times than you would like him. Not be able to make cuts, not be able to make plays on the goal. And that's what's leading to this 1-0 lead right now. And Cap with another goal, bottom left, long pass into box, and no one covering Cap. What a sequence of events.
And when you see that happen, though, you got to be shook as Manshine, right? Cap is getting these tries, and this time it was just the goalie just sending it all the way to the other box. If that's not covered, then it's looking dangerous. They try to replicate that, but Thumper, of course, is there.
Indeed, in these close games, especially with high level, right? You're gonna see what's gonna make the difference is those cuts into box, and they're not really doing that. On the man side, City side of things, Nagi with another one-on-one with the goalkeeper, gonna take a shot, and the upper left corner, another goal for Nagi.
It's a dominant first game here for Bastard Munchin. It's Nagi and Cap, just unlimited offense. It's just two of them, like you mentioned earlier. They're going for a 2-3 formation, but despite the other members not coming out to help on offense, like Manshine City, they're sending everyone except the goalie to the other side of the field, right? But it's just Cap and Nagi getting it done.
Indeed. You're going to see these long passes. This is what you don't want to see. They are giving possession up way too quick. We have Cap in the goal with another shot on goal, and these two are unstoppable on offense against this defense. The Man City is just giving the ball over and over again to the other team, which sets up perfect shots on goal like that. There's no defense covering these two strikers.
Yeah, it's pretty rough now. 4-0 with a minute remaining. They got to get something going quickly, or else this game is over. Definitely not very likely to do so, but with Trico pushing up, maybe they can start something.
Indeed, Trico sending it to Ganji, looking for a pass to Yoshi, and nothing coming out of that. And we're going to have Bastard Munchin reset their offense and try and get something going again, which has looked quite unstoppable in this first game. I'm not sure what Man City's defense is doing, but right again, they're leaving Cap completely unmanned, getting free passes and free attempts. I mean, what would you do in this situation? Oh my God, saved by Ranger, who's not even played keeper. This is just a one-sided match. They're just giving the ball over, bad passes, bad looks, bad angles.
Yeah, it's definitely rough here as the timer ticks down. It's looking like it's a go next for Manshine City in this one. But they do have what it takes in the upper bracket. They're the ones who sent Bastard Munchin all the way down into an earlier stage of losers, forced them to climb back up here. But it looks like, at least for now, they've gotten their revenge. It's 1-0 in the series.
All the time in these tournaments, I mean, sure, this Man City team sent the Bastard Munchin down into losers originally, but that normally doesn't matter. The only game that matters is this game, this second game, which is elimination game. If you lose, you are out of the tournament. It's over. This is where your road ends. We're gonna have to see Man City lock in and pull something together, because it is just not clicking on any cylinders right now on that offense or defense. It seems like complete domination from Bastard Munchin. They're doing anything they want to do, all the passes they want, intercepting everything. It's not looking good.
Yep. Well, heading into game 2, what adjustments do you think that Manshine City needs to make? We already mentioned, right, just being more aware of the passes, not giving the ball over, not hitting it directly at them. But overall, like, how do you think they need to reset?
I think what Bastard Munchin, or not, what Man City needs to do is completely forget that game. That game was awful. They need to go back to what works and what worked the first time against Bastard Munchin. They need to play tight defense. They need to sit on Cap's hip. They need to sit on Nagi's hip and not let them get free runs in the box. As the defender, it's your job to be helping this goalkeeper. You are expecting your goalkeeper to save every single shot. To be fair to the defense, the goalkeeper did unfortunately give one early goal up, but as I said, and I keep preaching, it's the small mistakes that will completely change a game. And from there, it's just a quick downward spiral. I don't expect this next game to be the same. Complete domination from Bastard Munchin. I expect Man City to lock in, and it's going to be a lot closer game.
Yeah, definitely. And as the next lobby is getting prepped as well, and we're waiting on that, I guess, which player from Bastard Munchin really made the difference? Cap and Nagi Seishiro. It's kind of obvious, right? If you look at it, with Manshine City sending 4 members on offense all the time, whenever the ball slips away from their possession, it's so much easier for Nagi and Cap to slip past, right? with those defenders not already in position. So it's kind of like that's just how it goes. They get a strong offense, but if they can't capitalize on a strong offense, then Nagi and Cap have all the room in the world.
Indeed. The adjustment that needs to be made on Man City is bringing one person back. Really, from what I've seen and the player and like the amount of goals they've been scored and who's been doing it, Remy is their offense. He is their best goal scorer, and they need to drop one of the other two offensive players back and play more of a midfield or defender position to be able to lock down Cap or lock down Nagi on those runs, because you can't expect one defender to be able to lock down two players. It's not a reasonable task. But going off of that, what are your thoughts on what they should do? What did you see that they can change and try and replicate from previous games that might work against Bastard Mushroom?
And the biggest thing is just not overcoming the members, like we were both mentioning. I think previously that they were hanging back at least two members on the midfield line, and that really helped out because it let them rotate a little bit faster. But I think they're getting a little bit too rushed. I think they're overcommitting all their members, and that's leading to the lopsided offense we're seeing here. But we're loading into the next game, and we'll see how it goes.
Indeed. One more thing before we get into this game is Man City needs to get better passes. That's where a lot of these runs came from Bastard Munchen, off of bad passes, bad looks, and immediately flipping the field with the other guys not able to get back to help in time because obviously bad cross-field pass, intercepted, completely flipped the field.
Well, we've loaded up, and it is Cap in the black with the rest of Bastard Munchin, Trico Rico, and Manshine City in the pink. So far, though, it's looking like a little bit more of the same here.
Yes, Nagi and Thumper up at this time instead of Cap. Cap running into box. Nagi sending it mid, but Ranger quickly picking up on it. Remy gonna walk it downfield, has one on him, quickly switches it back to try and slow down the offense and set something up. Genji's gonna send that to Ranger, who's immediately gonna lose it to Thumper, and this is what I'm talking about. You cannot hold on to the ball and you cannot lose the ball. You have to make smart plays. You have to pull defenders off of people to give you time opening, because these fast breaks are what's killing this team right now. Remy's in the box looking for something, not able to get it. Doc immediately on that. Nagi flipping the field, another one-on-one with Trico, shoots it off wall, and Trico, there we go. Good goalkeeping.
Yep, proactively gets it away here, and now Manshine City need to take that lack of goal and turn it into their own offensive chance. 4 members pushing forward. They need to make something happen, or else the push on the other end could be devastating. And here we go. Cap getting it forward, getting it past Ranger, stunning Ranger up, and there's Thumper as well. The pass is short, though. It goes right to Remy and to the keeper. But we're seeing just what happened last game happen all over again.
It does seem that way. It does look like Bastard Munchin is pulling everyone back to defense. Remy with a shot on goal, unable to connect off the back boulder and straight back into Bastard Munchin's feet. Yoshi immediately getting it right back. He's trying to send it to Remy. Bad pass, and Anxiety gets it right back. Really, I mean, all we can really hope for is, you know, better passes, better team play, but now they're just ping-ponging it. And Cat gets another goal off of the 50-50. It's 1-0.
I really feel like they should not have opted into the ping pong. I think it's just a situation where Cap has so much room to play with. And unfortunately,
you hate to see it.
Yeah, it's just tough.
That was more of an unfortunate goal rather than a, you know, bad positioning. Personally, ping pong isn't the best game to be playing. You were playing soccer anyways, so got a little punished for that. But Bastard Munchin is going to get the ball back. Ranger intercepting it, sending it back to Trico to try and reset this for Man City and get some sort of offense going, because they are down 1-0.
Big pass.
Trico going to send it
to Ganj, looking for a kick off of that flick. Not quite enough. There's a lot of members forward, but it slips away. The pass goes awry, and now it's Cap with possession. Blocked by Ranger for now, and Ganj will send it to the other end. But stuck in the midfield, a good pass to Remy, but they still need to get the shot on goal, and Anxiety will make the save.
Lockdown goalkeeping from Anxiety, very impressive. Those top corners are hard to cover. Sending it down to Cap, not really getting anything from that, but Doc is going to receive the loose ball and send it right back into the box for another 50-50 attempt. Ranger's going to block it and send it back up to Remy, who's going to cross it to Genji. They need to get some sort of offense going because once again, their offense has been stagnant. Their defense looks better, but there we go. Remy, top right corner from a pass from Genji. That is what I'm talking about. Create the cuts, create the openings, give your strikers a chance to put the ball into the back of the net. What do you think, Sayo?
Yeah, I really like that as well. Yoshi was in there too, right? Kind of trying to draw the defenders away, create multiple threats, and that made it difficult for the goalie to get it done. It's tied up, and with Rangers stealing away from Cap, I think Manshine City, a bit of new life, but that pass doesn't go the way they wanted to, and it's once again Bastard Munchin on the offense.
Indeed, Cap's going to go receive this ball and probably look for Nagi middle or reset it back up to Thumper. Nope, Trico's going to intercept this, but his teammate actually almost caused a meltdown in the defense again. Got to have smarter plays, better communication if they want to win this. But it is 1-1 as Man City gets it on offense again.
Yeah, Cap, though, he gets the dribbling play, tries to get past Ranger here. All the way back to Doc. Thumper is stolen away by Yoshi, actually, and getting past the slide tackle as well, leaping over it with a booming pass to Remy, getting it past the slide tackle, Remy, but blocked by Thumper. It was such a good individual attempt, but there weren't any passing angles open.
Indeed, I feel like Remy took maybe a bit too long on that attempt to take a shot on goal, but it was a look at the very least. Thumper saving his team from maybe a catastrophic goal that would reset this and make it 1-1.
Remy now trying to get possession here, sending it back to the goalie, seeing no passing lanes open, and Trico content to push up. There's only a little over a minute remaining, and that makes it so tense here. One goal from Bastard Munchin could seal the series, but right now it's possession from Yoshi. Tries to take a shot, but Anxiety has that one completely wrapped up, and now it's Cap in the enemy net, but Ranger will get the possession of the ball, and that's Trico resetting the situation.
Yes, a very dangerous ball from Ranger. Thankfully, it all worked out for him. Cap might have been able to intercept that. Remy going to pass it in the middle to Yoshi, not seeing any success. Ranger's going to pick it back up, though, send it over to Genji, who's going to look for a pass to Remy, who's going to try and put it in net, but Anxiety does not budge. That is a wall right there. And, man, I don't know how they're going to try and break this defense down again. Got to have something. Thumper going to send it the box to Cap. Misses. Trico misses. Cap's going to get a free goal. What a mistake with only 30 seconds left to put Bastard Munchin 2-1 against Man City. So,
oh, that is so rough. Trico trying to grab the ball there, and the defender's just not there as well to assist. Brilliant from Cap to just keep chasing when the ball is loose in the enemy net. But now Manshine City, I was about to say they needed something, and they get a connection to Ganj.
That was beautiful. I mean, what else were you supposed to do in that situation but try and catch them out of position? Thumper, I think, with keeper gloves, and Anxiety without keeper gloves, and they get a free goal off of that. Total breakdown of communication. You hate to see it. Now 2-2.
Yep, and just firing it to the enemy keeper. It's a huge possession for Manshine City, right? All they need to do is keep possession as overtime ticks over, and they're the ones with control over their own destiny in this game.
In fact, these guys just need good passes, which already are looking a little sus. Doc's going to get it back, but Ranger there to the rescue. No, Cap's going to get another one-on-one with the keeper. This could be the game right here. Cap's looking, and Trico with a great save. Trico not folding under the pressure. That's good to see. He's got to ignore all the goals he's let in so far in this matchup and try and give his team a chance to make something happen. Bad pass to Ranger, goes to Nagi. Cap with another one-on-one with the goal, shoots it, and that is game. Cap with a surgical shot to the bottom left corner.
Very well played by Bastard Munchin. They're the ones who will advance to the grand finals in a 2-0 complete upheaval of the winners bracket win by Manshine. They'll face SSC Naples, who has dominated this bracket stage, and taking a look at how they're playing, it's looking like that they're really coming together.
Indeed, Bastard Munchin after getting knocked down to the loser bracket, it might have been the best thing to happen for him, because once you get hit on the chin, all of a sudden it's a wake-up call to reality and realize, oh, we got to lock in or we're done. Very, very impressive to that team. They played an amazing game, very close third game or second game as I thought it was going to be. But unfortunately, Man City is not able to generate the win off of that.
Yep, they still placed top 3, but the grand finals are past their grasp. It's going to be SSC Naples versus Bastard Munchen in that one after this short break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. We're back with the grand finals of this tournament. It's EGOIST Championship. It's SSC Naples versus Bastard Munchin, and we're starting off with just a shot. Wow.
You take what you can get, I guess, trying to catch the other team with their pants down. Another just straight in the middle, straight to cap, trying to get something going early in this game. Bad passes already. That's not what you want to see. Saya?
Yeah, it's a little awkward, but we've seen SSC Naples. Their defense has been fantastic, and wow, Pito Deity to the bottom corner. That's a really well played shot.
It was an amazing shot, an amazing sequence. Very good pass as well. A lot of people, you see the shots and you're like, yeah, it's a really good shot, but a lot of people forget the passes as well. That shot would have never been, even an attempt without that pass. So very good team chem right there coming out of SEC Naples.
Man, they've been locked down on defense as well. Importantly, Cap can't create distance there, who is just on top, and there's Pretty on the side as well. This Cap and Nagi duo offense has been successful so far against the kind of Manshine City throwing everyone at the goal, but SSC Naples has a much more measured approach, and it's going to make it really difficult.
Indeed. I'm interested to see how SEC Naples is going to be playing defense on these guys, especially after probably just watching how Nagi and Cap tried to dominate. Not Nagi going for a blade shot, unfortunately not connecting and giving the ball back over to SCCN, with Pito on trying to make a run for goal, but Thumper interrupting and resetting back to Anxiety.
Yep. Anxiety up to who, deflected away, and Pito Deity once again with extra effort chasing, getting a dribble off the sidewall as well as the team converges, trying to get a pass forward, but Thumper will get ahead, get a pass to the keeper, and reset the situation. It's looking a little dangerous here. It looks like Pito Deity is getting a few too many opportunities that are just getting out there into the enemy half, but this time they fired the Cap once again. So many people in the SSC Naples goal box, and they're just cluttering it fully.
Indeed, Cap there trying to make something out of nothing. I probably myself would have opted up just to pass it back to Thumper to try and keep possession and get another chance at goal, but it's going to get turned back over to SSCN, who immediately turns it back to Bastard Munchin, which is again turned back over to the other side. We're going to have Pito in the corner trying to win that possession with Nagi. Unfortunately, is not going to get there, and Anxiety is going to reset their offense once again, sending it to Thumper. They need to get something going on offense from Bastard Munchin to be able to generate any sort of pressure, because once again they are down 0-1. They need something. Doc's going to send it back to Cap, which is going to be just slightly too far, and is going to be sent right back to Pito, who's going to be looking for an opportunity.
Pito now with a pass forward to Pretty, trying to get it to Nam, but good defense by Nagi. That header preventing what would likely be a goal there, but Pito makes some distance. Another pass to the other side, but Nagi and Doc are just continuing to defend. Cross being able to push up here. Lots of room to play with, but needs to be careful as well. Fires it forward for Nam. Almost gets the goal right off the top post. It's still just so much offense coming out from SSC Naples.
Indeed. We're seeing Bastard Munchin really get put on their back heel, not really able to get anything going as the SCN defense is locked down right now. Not messing up passes, not giving Cap or Nagi opportunities to take shots on goal, and that's what's gonna be Bastard Munchin's downfall unless they can force those opportunities. Another shot from No Doms, almost connecting, but Anxiety with great goalkeeping. Gonna send it back down to try and get Cap an opportunity. Unfortunately blocked again and sent right back to SSCN.
Yep, Thumper trying to get it out of here, gets past Nam and Doc as well. Got to be careful around Pito though, who is chasing up to Nagi. Nagi looking for the shot, but Cross doesn't flinch, just jumps in place, teabags a little bit. That guy is feeling himself as they have the winner side grand final spot.
Indeed. These guys are looking extremely well organized, well communicated. Not a lot of mistakes coming out of SSCN right now. Another pass to Pito, which almost connects to the back of the net, but Anxiety having to put his team on his back for a second, trying to make something. Gonna send it to Nagi, who's gonna look for an attempt, but Hugh is right on that, which gets the ball right back to Cross, and Cross is toying with his food.
Yep. Oh, It just SCN maintaining possession as well here with pretty slowly just dribbling it forward. Lots of room to play with. Goes for a shot to the top corner, but Anxiety reacts in time. Those shots not too successful, right? Like a little bit too telegraphed. But Nagi, it's a cross runs to try and grab the ball, but Nagi gets there in time. And what a well-placed shot.
Indeed, amazing pass to get his player to have priority on that in-box pass. You can see that both defenders were there, but the ball was directly over Nagi. You can give credit to the pass and credit to the positioning of the player, which now makes this a 1-1 game. I'm excited to see if they can bring more of that, because it seems like that is their only offense, is quick plays to get into the box and make opportunities. Nagi with another attempt, but blocked by Pretty and sent up to Pito, who's trying to make something happen right now. Unfortunately, gets double teamed, and it goes right back to Bastard Muncher.
Yeah, a bit of styling, but we saw previously in this tournament that often ends with a loss of possession. Dock forward to Nagi, a little bit too far this time as Cross picks it up, sends it forward to Who. But yeah, if they can get a good pass to Nagi, that's everything. But Pito to Pretty, a fast play to the bottom corner, but Anxiety just smothers it completely. Well played, very proactive from Anxiety there as we're headed very close to overtime here.
Indeed. That pass earlier to Nagi was the right look, just slightly behind him. Going back to Nagi, who takes a shot. Cross is able to get his hands on it. Good goalkeeping from Cross, who's going to send it to Pretty, and here comes SSN looking for a play, and Pito gets the goalkeeper jumping for joy. Open net, and that's going to close out. Not yet. There's still a chance. 1 second left, which means this is last offense for Bastard Munchen. Do you think they have what it takes to get a play in?
It's not going to be easy. They're going to have to maintain possession all the way through. They're going to have to get the perfect pass with priority on Nagi or Cap. But Cap's the one with the ball here as Pito rushes forward, and that's going to be it. Unless Nagi, with the recovery, gets there in time. A pass forward, but interrupted by Pretty. And that'll be the first game going to SSCN. They're 1 game away from the entire tournament.
Indeed, very well played on the side of SSCN, not making almost any mistakes to give Bastard Munchen any room to capitalize with their 2 high-powered strikers within Nagi and Cap. What do you think adjustments they need to make to be able to clean up whatever mistakes they had in this game to try and seal the deal against Bastard Munchen?
It's not going to be easy. I don't think there's a clean answer. SSCN, though, they've been playing so well so far. I think they seem to keep doing what they're doing. Pito, of course, a little bit of over dribbling, right? A little bit of too much style, gave up possession a few times. But when it comes to the plays, when they lock in on a play, they get it done. Not many notes for SSC Naples. Bastard Munchen, on the other hand, I think they need to rethink their offense, because the strategy of sending 2 people forward worked against a team that kind of just sent everyone on offense. They could pick off a lot of plays on overextensions. They need to adjust, maybe send 1 more player on offense, maybe send 1 more player a little bit further to try and get more passing angles that are back, but not all the way back to the keeper.
Indeed. From my perspective, what I was seeing is they're not utilizing the wings enough. That coming from the side of Bastard Munchen, it's just kind of get into the middle, send in the box, and, pray for the best. They're not utilizing the left or right side of the wings to try and get passes in. And as you saw, they're not used to making those passes from those wings either. So at the end, when they needed to make that play, needed to make something happen, they were unable to do so because they're not comfortable on those parts of the field. Going forward, they definitely need to try and utilize those 2 sides of the field, because that's where a lot of the playmaking comes in. And for Bastard Munchen this past game, it was very stagnant in terms of offense.
Yep, heading into this potential final game. Do you think that it's going to be an SC Naples sweep? Do you think they got what it takes to get that clean win through the winner's side? Or do you think that Bastard Munchen are going to make the adjustments and find those goals?
I think this is anyone's game. We know these are 2 very competitive teams, 2 very good teams who all it takes is 1 mistake from either side and all of a sudden it's flipped on their head, right? That's how we know all super competitive games go. I'm excited to see this final match. I'm hoping Bastard Munchen can get their stuff together so then we get to see a game 3, because that would be amazing.
Yep. just waiting on the code, waiting on the lobby to be set up. And it's been a bit of a long tournament so far. It's been quite a few days from the draft to the placements to the groups. Now we're all the way at the end of playoffs. And as a reminder, scorer of the final goal does win $50. So if this game ends up being in the favor of SC Naples, we might be seeing a mad rush to try and score the last goal.
Indeed. It will be curious to see how the other team's going to react, specifically speaking, SEC Naples, because, I mean, we already saw, a little bit of taunting from the side of Cross. Curious to see how the rest of that team will, take it, whether it be GG's all around or, I don't know, we see a little bit of toxicity in chat right after the game's over. What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the playoffs coordination thread right now where they're talking, they're sending the code. It's a war in there. They are chatting it up. They're spending the time between games just taking shots at each other. So it's a little crazy.
Honestly, I think that's better, to be honest. Makes for a more competitive match, more on the line. You don't want to be the person that talks shit and all of a sudden, end up, fumbling the bag, as they would say, in the grand finals.
Yep. We'll see if they can get it done. Lobby's being set up. We just need one more person in here, and then we'll head to the second game of Grands. Bastard Munchen, they need to win quite a few games to win this tournament, right? They need to win this one, they need to win the next, and they need to win 2 out of the next 3 to get the bracket reset. It is not an easy road.
Absolutely not. Hey, they just need to do something to help Anxiety. Anxiety has been playing out of his mind so far. That is a good goalkeeper who's been putting it all. Unfortunately, had 2 bad decisions, which cost him the game. But we got to have some sort of help for him in box, because really they're just getting too many shots on him. From your perspective, who is going to be the difference maker on both teams? So who's going to be the difference maker for Bastard Munchen, and who's going to be the difference maker for SSCN?
I think my eyes are on Nagi. We've seen Cap, but Nagi has been the one in a lot of those long shot plays, trying to get priority on the ball, trying to find those shots. And if we see some more efficiency on that, or if we see Nagi getting a little bit more help, right? And getting a lot more angles from teammates on the sides, behind, whatever, that could make a difference here. But for SC Naples, I think it's Cross. The goalie's been a little too good.
Indeed. And this is, we're now in what could be the final game of this tournament if SSCN can bring it home. Starting with the ball is Bastard Munchen. Going to be looking to try and start strong here, hopefully getting a goal off their first play. Going to send it to Thumper, looking for something. Immediately going to get pressured by Hugh. They're going to send it into goal, but no one over where he sent it to. Cross going to take it out for his team. Look to flip this fields.
Pito with the ball, trying to get it across, but so much traffic. Thumper and Nagi just suffocating in the corner. And now they have a chance here. They can get past who. Cap with possession, slide tackles it to Nagi. They're setting up quite well here. Thumper, a slide tackle coming out right to the goalie, and Cross will recover. SSCN out of danger, but it's still in Bastard Munchen's possession.
Bastard Munchen does look a lot better. Just off the first 2 plays, they're passing it around more. They're creating opportunities for their strikers. This is what I was talking about, what we needed to see. Doc going to send it over to Cap, who's going to try and pass it mid. Not going to get anything. Cross is going to be all over that, which is going to flip the field. No, going to send it too far. Doms does win the one-on-one. Going to send it across to Pito, who's going to be looking for anyone to help him in box, but there really is no one. Going to try and slow down the play a little bit, open some things up, and accidentally giving ball back over to Bastard Munchen, who's immediately going to flip the field, running downfield, going to look for Cap, but sends it too far forward, straight to Cross.
Yeah, they get out of there. It's just slight slip-ups coming out from both teams, giving up possession a little too early. The offense is not getting started so far, but Nom in a great spot to cross it over to Pito, blocked away by Cap. Anxiety dies, but not necessary that time. Still 0-0 with 4 minutes left to play in regulation. And we're going to have to see if Cap and Nagi can get the offense started here.
Still 0-0. It is anyone's game. Any good offense could really seal the deal. Non-Doms with a good attempt on goal. Unfortunately, not able to get it into the top left corner, which he was targeting for. Gonna send it to Cap, which immediately is going to be picked up by Pito, but Pito's not going to get possession, and they're going to reset their offense. Once again, it's Bastard Munchen ball.
Anxiety is trying to air it to Nagi, but blocked away by Who, not getting the perfect pass this time, and it's looking so difficult to get that perfect long pass. This time, though, it's Pretty with the breakaway, Pretty with so much room, but a good slide tackle coming out, making sure that that's not going to be a shot on net. The Cap as well, running forward. The slide tackle goes wide. Out of position is Pito, but Cross will make the save.
Indeed. We're going to see SSCN trying another attempt on offense, trying to get anything going. Everything has been stalled out. It does look like a very defensive-sided game, which personally are my favorites. That's when you really see who is the better team, better coordination, who's going to make less mistakes, because these fairly defensive games means if a goal goes in, that could be the entire goal. Pretty gonna look for Pito. Pito gonna take a shot, but blocked by Namdoms. Namdoms gonna take it off the wall, try and put it in, and Anxiety unbudging, a wall of pure determination for his team. He's trying to win this for his team. Sent it to Nagi, but not really getting anything off that.
Yeah, previously, right? In the previous game, Anxiety got faked out by that Pito dribble on the wall. But this time, Anxiety, I think, has adjusted. Well,
a little bit of taunting.
He's a little happy that he's adjusted, that previous goal didn't go in. And, well, we'll see if Bastard Munchen, abbreviated BM, might be a little bit fitting here.
We're going to see Nagi trying to put it mid, but Pretty's all over that. Going to get sent back. Cap unable to maintain possession. Going to go to Pretty, who's going to probably try and reset it. No, Nagi's going to try and pick up on this. Sends it straight to Cap. And Cross was an excellent save. That could have been devastating. Pretty going to switch the field quickly. Nagi trying to get back on defense to help their team. Pretty has an attempt. Going to blade shot it to Namdoms, who's going to send it to Pito, who's going to send it into net, but straight to Anxiety. And another BM from Bastard Munchen.
Yeah, and they can't get at the Cap this time, but Bastard Munchen, their defense is looking solid, but a lot of that is just Anxiety. Nagi, almost gets it to the right side, but Cross picks it up on the rebound. If Cross hadn't grabbed that ball, that would have been a dangerous situation with a loose ball and a goalie out of position, but now it's Pretty just walking forward. Pretty going for it, but Thumper with the defense. Still possession maintained, though, for SSCN. And Naples looking for a pass. Pito in position, goes for the shot alone, but Anxiety's right there.
Indeed, SSCN not really getting a lot of shots on the corners like they have previously. It's mostly just been honestly passing the ball to the keeper. It seems like Cap getting the ball for the Bastard Munchen, looking for something, but it's going to be completely locked out by Hugh, who's going to send it across field to nobody, just kind of trying to clear out of there and give them some breathing room. Doc gonna miss the tackle with Pretty making a run straight to Pito, but Thumper coming in clutch for his team and flipping the ball once again back to Bastard Munchen.
It's still 0-0, and we're headed to overtime in just 30 seconds. Dangerous position for Bastard Munchen to be in as Who and Pito on the offense. Anxiety collects, and now they have a chance to steal away this game if they can get a good possession going. Anxiety happy to run out the clock if it means their possession is the final one, but they need to score.
Sending it too mid to look for Nagi, not really getting anything. Dangerous ball because Pito was up by himself. Namdoms is going to collect the ball and try and make something. This will be the end of the game. He sends it to Pito, and he finally cracks in the final 6 seconds of the game, letting one slip past his iron grasp. That might just be the entire game. Anxiety, unfortunate miss up. Saya, what do you think about this?
Well, I checked the match chat, and Pito's already typing. I shot it right at you. Well, 3 seconds left, and final goal goes to Pito for now. And then that's it. That's it. It is SSC Naples winning the EGOIST Championship. That's the tournament.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Cross, deservingly so, gets MVP for this match. Both goalkeepers played an amazing match, but I mean, we can see Anxiety 4 saves, unfortunately just letting one past him the entire tournament, or not the entire tournament, the entire game, and that is what's going to cost them at the end of the day. You hate to see it. They try to generate stuff. They had some good plays, good looks. They started that game very strong, and I don't know what happened to Bastard Munchen midway through the game, but they kind of just fell apart, and their offense wasn't really clicking anymore. No passes, just going for the long balls. And I mean, Saya, what do you think they could have done to be able to generate some sort of offense on that at the end of the game there?
I think it's just similar to their previous games. I think they were rushing a little bit too much. They're trying to get the immediate shots. And when you go for the immediate shots against a goalie like Cross, it is a little too easy to be defended. And I think that SSCN, SC Naples, they went for a lot of tricky plays. Anxiety, great saves. But when you go for 5 really, really good attempts, eventually the goalie will not get it done.
Indeed, they did exactly what I said they need to not do, which is pass it straight to the keeper, tucking it into the bottom right corner of that net. Just amazing, amazing shot by Pito. Pito, honestly, just locked in on offense for the entire tournament for his team. Well-deserved win for that team. A very good attempt to Bastard Munchen. Unfortunately, they're going to take an L on this tournament. Hopefully they can, I don't know, prepare, learn from their mistakes, and get ready for whatever tournaments might be behoove them in the future.
Well, it looks like we're going to get a really quick winners interview, so... I guess, how many players? I'll say 2. 2 players from the SSCN roster. Pito, the one taking away the bonus with that final goal, but all the members playing incredibly well in the entire tournament.
Absolutely. This team, a team is not a team with only one person. We saw other teams in this tournament that had 1 or 2 really good players unable to get further because they did not have a good cast around them. It doesn't matter how good one player is. If you don't have people making those passes, playing defense, being in goalkeeper and stopping shots on net, you're not going to win. And honestly, they figured out Pito was their best player, and they highlighted him for the entirety of the series. All we were really saying was another shot on goal from Pito, but that's not to take away from some of the other players like Hugh on defense, Pretty on defense. Those guys creating the opportunities for Pito to be downfield to get those one-on-ones with goals or get those passes and those amazing shots that he had.
Yep. Oh, we got. Hello. We got the winners interview rolling. Nom Doms. Pito, I guess, how's it feel to win the tournament?
Freelo. That was fun. We just messed around and stuff, you know. Got some homies on the roster in a draft tournament. I got picked up by some homies and just messed around. Had a good time.
Yeah, I was mostly just messing around, have a good time in the
Some light.
on the field. Sunlight, you feel me? What you said?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the other team, you know, giving a little BM to you guys mid-match because you guys couldn't get a few goals in earlier on? Did that play something into you taking that shot late and putting it away from the keeper, or just didn't even bother you guys?
I shot it at him. I mean, honestly, they just had good defenders, so we didn't get a lot of open shots. So we kind of had to shoot at him, and I mean, he just folded like a little napkin. So what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, we knew he couldn't back it up, so
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Pito, getting that extra little bonus for the last goal of the tournament?
Honestly, it was much more than I thought it was, but I mean, I'll take it. I'll split with the roster and some good deeds, you know.
Selflessness in the EGOIST tournament. Okay, there you go.
Nice shit.
Nice shit.
You got any questions for them, Saya?
Yeah, I guess throughout the tournament, I was really impressed by your team's defense. I guess what was your approach to just getting those defenders in the right position in the goal box? Because it always felt like you had enough people there.
Honestly, I mean, I joined a team of 3 goalies essentially. So I mean, they all know how to take prio, and I mean, who just sat at the top of the box and just didn't let anything go into the box. So I mean, we got 3 goalies that can rotate around and everybody's in net whenever they need to be. It's the defense just comes, you know, like comes easy to them.
It makes a lot of sense, and yeah, I got nothing, Fuego.
I got nothing to ask them either. They played an amazing tournament. Great showing from you guys, tucking this final game in just 2-0, nothing else. I mean, these games were pretty close, but when it came down to it, you guys had the shots, you guys had the passes that ended up sealing the deal. So congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
Preach.
Yeah, and with that, thanks everyone for watching and playing in the EGOIST Championship. And congratulations to SSC Naples for taking the victory. That's going to be it from us. And yeah, that's it. See ya.
Hasta luego, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for having me. You guys were fucking amazing. Oh, I can't say that. Oopsies. That's coming out of my paycheck. GG's.
Well, see ya.